I don't got it, bro. It's so old, and I would never show it if I did.
Nah, you good. That's fair. You know what? That died with Mims, bro.
Yeah, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
Who is this?
I don't know. We about to find out.
What time it is, man? Let's do this again.
Look, lessons learned, money for the trauma in life that I earned. Used to value people who never show what they worth. Maybe they were nothing but a reason to get hurt. This is a very hard confession. Depression killed a kid in my adolescence. Now reflections in the mirror are the point of reference to the answers that I needed for every question. It's on me. Yeah, always was blessed from the start, and I thank where I came from. Time in the dark helped me become the sun. Mama always wanted to shine from way above, so listen. Yeah, we on. Rightfully a king and definitely owe the throne. But instead of chasing it, I went and built my own. Cause they only needed hands when they went and built Rome. Real shit. So as I step through life, I accept the mistakes that slice like knives, and the scars that they leave not seen by eyes. And every step on this path kept my soul alive. I pray for patience and the strength to tread in deep waters and never wanna sink. To keep a clear judgment for decisions when I think. Cause life flashes before your eyes, then you blink. But we still living enough. Why we searching for greatness when it's living in us? Don't say life changed, you just didn't adjust. Why blame someone when you are given the trust? Now use that for perspective. The next time you out popping bottles in a section. Cause people tend to cross you more than intersections. And when you need them most, phones end up disconnected.
Ooh, that's facts.
Man, I need you right now. Pick up.
That rock.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and try again.
This number, what the fuck is this?
I know shit hurts, but then family start to switch, it makes matters worse. Then you looking for relief, be careful where you search. Devil waiting for a piece, like we talking about dessert. Just remember, what he take gone forever. Negotiate your soul in exchange for some pleasure. You still gotta glow in the pit of only embers. You were born with many gifts, like kids in December. Please forgive us. Yeah, and never give up. Stay true to the core like you never miss a sit-up. We appreciate the cold when we stop with all the shivers. Now we saving all our food cause we used to getting slivers. Fun fact, we never know how to act. Make a broke man rich, you know he's coming back. Make a rich man broke, you know he's coming back. Differences in men that know what to attract. One value is wealth, while the other one himself. One showers in the money, while the other moves in stealth. One spends all his money while he parties past 12. The other one keeps working and cares for his health. See, it's simple, you gotta be the symbol. Cause actions that you make come back, ruin the temple. And balancing your axis, stabilize like a gimbal. So leave late nights, shows up to Jimmy Kimmel and move on to something worth your effort. If it doesn't bring you pain, it'll never bring you pleasure. How far somebody goes was never meant to be measured. When it comes full circle, you'll always be in the center of it all. And while it took so long, congratulate yourself for being where you belong. And when it mattered most, you learned to stay strong. Just remember we were molded from every one of our wrongs.
Oh my gosh! Oh my God! Who is he? Who is he?
You know who it is, man. Eastside Lotus, baby.
Hey, yo.
Oh my God, bro.
Yo, bro.
Oh my God, bro. Shout my dog out real quick, bro.
No, wait.
Yeah.
I remember a time where you used to say you're not even a rapper, bro.
Yeah, I still say that. I'm not a rapper, though.
But I'm not a rapper, though.
I rap, but I'm not a rapper, though.
Hey, yo, how's everybody doing? It's just a regular podcast. I messed up the intro again, but wait. It's AOC Laughing Loud Lee. And today we have a very special guest, long overdue.
Way overdue.
Yes. This is a friend. This is a creator. This man is ambitious. This man is hungry. He has the discipline of a fuck. He's a military man, and he has that discipline. He's a monster. To the left of me, the right of y'all, we got
Eastside Lotus. Some of y'all know my government, but please don't ever say it again. You know that person is gone. But it's Eastside Lotus, and I'm glad to be here, guys. I watch y'all's show. I obviously support you guys. I love you guys with my heart. So I'm really happy to be here, and y'all gonna get the real me.
I love you and support you too, bro. And I know you support me. But before we get into that, to the right of me, the left of y'all, we got...
NF de este lado y entregado como siempre, mi gente. Vamos a lo que venimos, coño.
Vamos a lo que venimos.
Hey, yo, shout out.
Eastside Lotus.
Sorry.
Why I said my government?
Shout out Eastside Lotus for being in the crib, bro.
That joint getting bleeped
being
up.
on the pod,
Don't worry, don't worry. We got.
Yeah.
Thank God we got the
lawyer.
Yes, sir.
He gonna
Make
scratch.
sure he take that out.
Yeah,
We
he
gonna
gonna
bleep
scratch
it, we
that.
gonna bleep it, we
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
bleep
we
it.
gonna bleep it. He gonna scratch out the tape because that was some.
Whoa.
As always, we magical. Tahiti, baby. Let's start the show. My dog, how are
up?
you, bro?
I'm good, man. Life is good. It has its up and down, but you know, I'm here. I'm living. I'm breathing. So
Ain't that how it go on the roller coaster, though?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Little
I got
bit of
water
ups and downs.
I got
water,
oxygen,
too, to
so
me.
I'm good, baby.
Shit, I mean,
feel me?
yo, shout you out one time, bro. 3 times, 4
Thank
times,
you.
5
Appreciate
times.
you guys. Thank
Yo,
you guys for having me.
Nah, thank you for being on the show with us, man. We really appreciate it. I think obviously this has been way long overdue. You are a person that is working way too much to keep up
Yeah.
with our schedule.
Word.
So we gotta
hear you.
we gotta try to reel him in. We
Blessing
gotta go.
and a curse,
we
though,
gotta
you
go
know?
fishing to get him on the pod.
For sure, a double-edged sword. But listen, we got you here today. And then the next time you got a little window you pop through.
Yes,
Do
sir.
part 2,
I'm
then
here.
part 3,
I'm
4,
here.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Pop through that window right there.
I do want to apologize right away for the delay on starting the show today. For everyone that's not in this room with us right now, apparently, because this is allegations that my dog pooped all over the house.
Scary. That was scary.
Nah. So C got to the crib today, to the studio, and he came to find out that my dogs had done their business all over the place, all over the kitchen, all over the floor, the studio, which was very unfortunate to come home to. So we are starting a little bit late. So I want to apologize.
Eastside Lotus.
We're definitely cutting into his time. He's been waiting for about an hour, and you know,
It'll get bleep.
I had to. Damn, bro.
It's
My
all good.
bad,
It's
bro.
all good.
I'm
It's
not
all
used
good.
to it. I'm not used to it.
I know.
So I'm gonna refer to you as Eastside Lotus.
There you go.
Eastside Lotus. Eastside Lotus.
Are you
Eastside Lotus.
practicing?
Yeah, I gotta get used to it.
We'll bleep it as
So
many
yeah,
times
bro,
as
I do apologize for the way. Obviously, you came in and you caught me in the act of cleaning up my dog's poop all over the place. So you know it wasn't just wasting your time. It was actually trying to take care of that.
Nah, honestly, I walked in. I thought it was the beginning of the show. I thought this was like you was on the floor cleaning, getting ready. And you told me the whole story with your dogs, and I'm like, dang. Then I seen both of them. They were looking at you like, yeah, we got that motherfucker. They were chilling over there, man.
Hey yo, why they look like they were enjoying me
They
cleaning
look-
their
they
shit
were,
up, bro?
Yeah, you was looking at them. They was like,
The worst part is why they look tired when you were the one cleaning.
Bro,
Exactly.
what y'all so stressed about?
Yeah, I looked over there. The other one was laying down like he had been cleaning for days, and then the other one was just watching like this.
And if looked at them, they were like, so as he turned around, they were like, stupid motherfucker, clean up shit.
That's really what they were saying.
Nah, man, that was I'm not gonna lie. Walking into it, or not even walking into it, you had called me while I was still finishing up at work,
Yeah.
and you telling me that it triggered frustration through my entire body. I was like, come on, bro. Like, why are you guys doing this right now? We are on a time crunch. I had a plan to come home, take care of them, so they wouldn't do that. And they were like, no, we're just gonna do it, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah. I was a little confused because I came in and I didn't really smell like shit. Or maybe I smelled like shit. I didn't know this.
So that really makes me question if it was them,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm still wondering why the smells around.
I was like, damn, Spade is coming. Shit, I'm not ready yet. Let me. Devious.
nah, man, life works like that though. Sometimes, man, that shit is beautiful, and then before you know it, bow, just hit you something. So
Yeah, but you know what, bro? I understand that life works like that outside of my house. In this crib, we don't work like that.
I hear you, but you don't control his stomach though.
But he gonna have to control it next time.
Rules and regulations. You heard?
Just take it away from him. Tell him he got to live without it.
That's it.
That's it.
No more stomach for him.
Yeah, just stitch up his asshole and then and he'll be good.
Oh man, nah, man. Look, it was very unfortunate. Again, I just want to apologize for the delay. Normally, this doesn't happen. I promise.
Oh, no,
We
you're
do
good.
not take this long to start. And all in all, I was definitely pissed off and not happy about that at all. It triggered me. It definitely triggered me. But now that it's done and it's all cleaned up, I can like laugh about it now, thankfully.
Excuse me.
And recognize how much I actually care for my dogs to the point where I'm like, damn, I just sat there and cleaned up their entire shit all over my apartment.
Human-sized shit.
I really love this dogs, bro. Like, I really love y'all because I would not even do that for myself. If I did that, I would just put a towel over it, be like, I'm going to just call somebody to come clean this up.
Yeah, that's nasty too, though. That's nasty too.
That's probably worse. That's probably worse.
Yeah, that's nasty. Yeah, I don't advise that. I advise you do the same thing you just did right there in case you ever do that.
I just pay somebody, yo, come take care of this because this out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it was shitty. It was shitty. Oh my.
Yeah.
I deserve that. I deserve that.
Fecal matter is not good.
Yeah.
Look, without having to like crunch the moment or break away from the funny on that, I do also want to stress my condolences to you for your recent loss, bro. That even just talking about it a couple seconds ago without saying it too loud to spread the information outside of the pod, because I know you said you didn't mind and you wanted to like kind of go over on your own.
Yeah.
Just the thought of it made me realize like I gotta appreciate y'all regardless of this torture that you guys are doing.
Oh yeah, man.
I couldn't know.
Just so people know, I had to put my dog down. That's really what happened.
Yeah.
It's a strange situation, man. You know, you deal with certain breeds, and certain breeds are beautiful. You know, no stress, no problems, and then you got dogs that unfortunately need more attention, right? You know, they need to be more dominant. That's just their life. So that's just what happened, man. It's just the deal to deal with a dog that ultimately needs an environment where everyone in the pack is the same. Will end up ruining your dog. So make sure everybody just take care of their dogs, you know. So ultimately, really what happened was my dog is pretty well trained, you know, on every aspect. He walked by me, everything, no problem. But because I am the alpha and I asserted myself on my dog, you know, those rules and boundaries he never tried to overstep. And when he did try, I made sure that he understood that him trying to test me wasn't going to change the outcome, right? It was always going to be, I am in charge and you're going to follow these rules. And a lot of times it was risky because the dog is trying to intimidate you, right? Whether it's scared of you or it naturally wants to bite you, dogs show the same thing. Whether they're hurt, they're scared, they're angry, they growl and they bite, right? So, or they do that launch at you.
Right.
So my dog did that a lot to me, but I mean, dog, I've seen men do that shit to me. So it's like, whatever, we about to find out, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. But I always made sure I let him know, you know, what it was. He did bite me one time, but when he did bite me, it wasn't a bite where he went to try to like kill me. He just did it to scare me so that he can be in charge of me. But nah, I gripped that motherfucker up, put him against the wall. Yeah.
You
Showed
took
your
that
dominance.
bite?
Oh yeah, I took the bite and then I just gripped him by his neck and I put him against the wall. And it took everything in me to not like hurt him. Like I
To
really
go
want-
off instinct.
I was
yeah.
gonna like he was gonna catch like elbows, knees. I would have beat the shit out of him and he would have just regretted it. But I would have regretted it after because then I would have had a dog that was scared, right? So
Right.
Yeah.
so instead I just established dominance by just making sure I had control of him.
Showing them that didn't, what you said, didn't change the outcome.
Which changed everything, right? Like once that moment happened, it was part of his growth, him growing into an adult. And you know, it just created this situation that he needed to try to take the pack, right? Because my wife, unfortunately, she's never had a dog really where she was an owner, so having a dog like this is kind of a lot for somebody.
Right.
So not to her fault, it's just she never been with a dog like this, and most women tend to try to be affectionate with the dog. Oh, I love you, blah blah blah, cuddle
Right.
this, cuddle that, right?
I lovey-dovey shit until they bite your ass.
Yeah, and he even with walking, right? So I was explaining to you, like if you let my dog or if you had let Bane walk out the door before you, in his head he was leading the walk or he was leading you. So I always reset that until he understood I walk out first, or at least if I don't walk out first, you get my permission to walk out, right?
Yeah.
So my wife never really did a lot of these things, little things that are crucial, which established the reason why he was so loyal to me. When I came home, I could be doing anything. Upstairs, downstairs, outside, front yard. He wants to know where I'm at. And So ultimately, the dog would just ultimately only had the loyalty to me, and he was testing everybody. And unfortunately, that led to a bite to my father-in-law. And I always told Kay that there was only one time, I gave him one chance, and he bit my father-in-law. He could bite me a million times. I wouldn't have cared because I was working on him. So I had to put him down. It was like the worst situation to ever go through. I won't go into like the whole thing, but definitely like super, super depressing because I'm going on a cruise that same day. He bites my father-in-law. Now I'm going on a cruise after I just put my dog down, It's like a lot of emotions. But life works that way, man. And sometimes you have to, as a man, you have to make decisions that unfortunately you don't always like. And even though they take a piece of you, you just have to walk around with that scar forever, and that's just how it goes. But that's just the product of being a man, You lead your household, you're responsible for people. So that responsibility becomes super important, So
You think that it hurts you a little bit extra, the fact that you like he didn't die of old age, like you had to do this yourself?
Oh,
Or call
absolutely.
the shot, yeah.
Absolutely, because he's a healthy dog, man. I mean, most of y'all know I took him on walks daily, bro, twice a day. A lot of exercise. I mean, pictures of him bulky. He was a stocky dog.
cocky,
Yeah.
Stocky dog, good looking, man. So
He was always so gentle too, so it's kind of like surprise. Not gentle, like he played aggressive whenever I was playing with him, but he never had that like aggression towards anyone when I was around.
yeah,
Like
'cause when
playful,
you met
yeah.
him, he was still a young pup. Is when he became like that man. Like it's that drastic change in him.
Oh, I got balls now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
gotcha.
seen my dick. Like,
Yeah.
I know, I'm a man now. Yeah,
He's like, hold up, I'm standing a little different nowadays, bro.
I'm almost as big as my dad.
yeah. And, yo, bro, he was like a hunter too, bro. He killed like 3 or 4 birds out of the air in my backyard, like straight up. Just he would wait for them, and then as soon as they fly, wow, grab them.
Jesus.
Little savage, damn.
Yeah, he was a healthy dog, but
Regardless, man, my condolences.
Thank you, I
'Cause
appreciate
I, as a dog owner, dog lover, I look, I know how much time and love and effort you put into that dog, and whatever training and whenever you had to be hard with him, it was always with the mindset of to shape you into this family, and then so we could keep you. And unfortunately, you got into a situation where it got out of hand, and like you said, you're the man of that household, so you had to make a decision that doesn't make it an easy decision.
Nah.
At all.
Nah, man. Justification for the decision was more of what can I walk around with, right? Will I walk around heavier with my dog being the regret, like me regretting to put him down, or my regret being I wake up and I see my wife with half her face, ripped off, for the rest of my life. Like what's gonna carry higher?
Do you think that? Because I feel like you obviously were traveling a lot with your job,
with work,
and then hopefully you can elaborate on that too as we go through the pod. But do you think that like he would have done that to Kay, being that he was spending like so much time with her, or don't you? At least in my mind, I'm like I feel like he would have loved her too much because of how much time he spent with her.
Yeah, maybe, right, but I can't leave it up to chance, right?
Okay,
and
that's a good point. That's true.
So because it doesn't give me a peace of mind when I'm gone, I can't do nothing, right? So she's alone, and then if no one has the same, I guess, like way that I have, like the mentality with the dog with him while I'm gone, then ultimately she's out of luck, bro. So another thing, and this is another reason why, another part of the decision. So during the time that I was putting him down at the vet, and I'll just get into this moment. They sedated him to try to put him down, right? But they didn't put enough sedation because he's a fucking healthy ass dog. So so they fucked up and they put less sedation. They put like regular amount of sedation, not knowing that this dog is super healthy and super muscular. So he did go down and like fall asleep, but he wasn't fully asleep. So mid part of it, they were waking him up when they were putting a catheter in his foot. So when that happened, they came and they put a muzzle on him, but they never clipped it because in their head they were like, "Oh, he's asleep." Bro, he woke up and he bit the vet and he took a chunk of of a cheek. In the process, right? So in that moment, you watching that shit, right? So I'm going from in my mind in that moment, I'm like, all right, I don't know. I think I could save him. I think he's good. Like, you know, everything's going to be all right. He won't bite anybody else to, nah, bro. Like, I can't even leave it up to chance because I saw him toss a 200-pound man with no problem. He was 80 pounds.
It gave conviction to your decision.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. And bro, and that's the other thing is like I toss and turn every night since it because I'm looking for a reason why I'm wrong. Right?
No, I
Like,
got you,
the
bro.
amount of love for the dog.
Of
I'm
course.
like,
Come on.
where was I wrong and why was I wrong? Right? Like I'm looking for it. I'm searching for it, and I could search through a pile of reasons. The reason why I did it right, I could do 1,000. I'm gonna end up finding one, and that's just gonna justify why I was wrong in my head. My wife is like, don't do that because you did the right decision, but it's in my head because I loved him so much and my loyalty to the dog. In my head, I'm like, nah, bro. There's something that I did wrong, you know.
Nah, but that's your human side though, bro.
Yeah.
That's you like just missing him probably.
Oh yeah,
you know
definitely.
What I'm saying?
And that shows you cared for your dog.
Yeah.
It's not like you were careless about it.
Oh yeah, the vet told me the same thing. She was just like, you wouldn't be here right now if you didn't love your dog.
Yeah.
Like she was just like, you're coming here because you're making a decision. Most people are willing to just let the dog go, no matter what, bro. Like, you know, like
not have the strength to make the decision you made.
yeah. And she was just like, people who actually care about their dogs see it through. And what she said, she was like, look at him. Like he's physically fit. He looks good. Like if I took blood from him right now, he'd probably be straight. You know, 100% healthy, everything.
Bro, it goes back to that question you just presented to us. What carries heavier on you? You hit it on the tee. I could tell that's what was in your mind when you made the decision. It's all right, the lesser of the two evils because it's gonna hurt me anyway. What's gonna be worse?
Mm-hmm.
And then you strayed from that. And sadly, that's the outcome. But something had to give. You know.
Yeah, he was bullying my sister-in-law, man. Like to the point where like she couldn't look at me.
And he would start.
He was laying in front of me, and like she would look at me, and he was watching her the whole time to see when she would look, and he would growl, and then she would turn away, and that right there goes to show that an animal is that smart, right? Like a pack leader is that smart that they're like, nah, motherfucker, I got you now.
Instinctive as hell, yeah.
Because he could have bit her if he wanted to. He would have launched at her, right? But he just growled and was like, nah, I got you, bro. Like, I run this shit. I just told you not to look at him.
Keep you at bay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You work for me now.
Yeah. So I recommend anybody who's going to get a dominant breed, you better have your shit in a row because, you know, they turn into...
No pun intended.
You know... sorry.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
But yeah, if you're going to get a dominant breed, make sure you know what the hell you're dealing with because it's unfortunately something that's a huge responsibility. Even if you have kids, you know, everybody has to have their ducks in a row. Everybody has to be ready to be the alpha. You know, one steps out, this next person comes into line, and it's the same shit over and over again. You know,
over and over again. Hey, man, we're gonna switch the tone a little bit.
Let's do it.
And we want to get to the core of who you are. But to better understand you now, we gotta better understand you back then. And before I do that with my chatty ass, let me say my chatty shit and then I shut the fuck up.
All right, word.
The way I met you gave me everything I needed to know about you within meeting you the first time. And I can't say that for everybody. I can say it for Enif. I can say it for Rem.
Don't say that for me, bro.
I'll take it back. I can say it for Enif. I can say it for Rem. I can say it for you. I could say it for some friends that I've met through like my brother Savi. But in the span of or in the group of people I've met throughout this life come across, it's the fewer number, and you're one of those people. And what I mean is, I said I wanted to learn how to record my voice on the laptop, to do stuff to it.
He wanted to be a rapper, bro.
I wanted to be a rapper.
He was a rapper.
I wanted to be a... No, I'm not a rapper. I'm using your line. Yeah,
I rap, but I'm not a rapper.
Yeah, but I'm not a rapper, yeah. Much more. Content creators all the way. That's my thing now.
Word.
But at which point, NF and Rem had this friend, this very creative friend, as creative as them. And they used to go there from time to time, and I hadn't had the pleasure. Anyway, fast forward the story to the same day I meet you, go into your house. You don't even know me. We meet each other. The energy's good. Everything's good. And you said something along the lines of, There's a guy that wants to learn how to mix. All right, sit right there. I'm like, whoa, what? Right now? And like, yeah, sit right there. Sit right there.
Yeah.
You're gonna do this. Let's go. Look, first of all, thank you for inviting me into your home. Thank you for I guess gauging my energy, because like you said, you're an alpha male, and I also known you to be a disciplined man, a serious man. Don't play with me type of man.
Yeah.
So thank you for reading the room, the energy, and seeing that it was love, and that's 100% reciprocated. But for you to invite me into your home and be like, this is your friend that I don't know yet. He wants to learn what, and I'm doing this also. Share the wealth. Sit right there. I'm about to teach you. And for that to be the first thing, bro, I always appreciate you.
Yeah,
I always, that always comes to my mind when I think of you, because it speaks on your character and the person that you are.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that, right? Like number one, you always want to share the wealth, like you said.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm super calculated, right? So I have to. You said those words. I want to see you act those words, right? Because ultimately, think about it this way, right? If I'm always working with NF and Rem, and you're gonna always be around, I gotta understand, like, all right, why is he coming, right? Yeah. Because if you're just coming just to chill and watch and drink,
and take
you
energy,
serve like no use, right?
No purpose, yeah.
So I'm always calculated in that aspect. So it's like, all right, you said you wanted to do it, all right, let's do it. Fuck it, let's do it right now.
Yeah.
Why not jump into it? That's how I did it.
Yeah, but to my point, you did that, right? And you didn't know, you didn't see if I was serious about it first. You said, let's go.
Yeah.
You said, this is what you want to learn, this shit, let's go. And it also speaks to your drive. You're like, you're a bad motherfucker, and you're good at what you do. So I don't care about sharing this knowledge because I know I got me.
Yeah,
well, I mean, speaking, exactly. That's a beautiful thing. And that will always keep you independent and will never keep you feeling like, oh, I need from such and such, need from such and such, because it's almost like it's a self-made thing that you have, that you tell yourself, I got me, right? And I feel like that now about myself, but honest truth, when I met you back then, I didn't feel that way about myself or a lot of people around me. The only people I really felt like that about was NF and some friends from back home from Puerto Rico that I've seen. And I recognize that. And I recognize that in you. I'm like, so yeah, that just speaks to who you are. But with all that blabbering out the way, right, of how I met you, to speak on music.
I do want to point something out real quick before we do. I know that that's a genuine thing coming from you, because I remember some time ago, I can't quote how long ago, but I remember you saying that same exact thing about how you felt about when you met
Eastside
how
Lotus.
welcoming he was, and like,
We got to kick him off the show, bro. Yeah, we got to kick him off the show. Yeah, we got to kick him off. We got to hit the little magical thing and get him the fuck out.
My bad.
Oh, you didn't even count on
I just realized. I was like, why are you saying that? What did I do? Where did I go wrong?
Yo, just for y'all who don't know, we gonna like fuck all that. It's fine. We can go rock.
Nah, I'm gonna believe it.
So ultimately, originally, my name was Eastside Lotus. Eastside Lotus, and that's how we started as a group. So we're gonna let it rock for this episode. But after this episode, that he was killed a long time ago, but we revive his spirit right now.
Nah, I'm gonna bleep it.
No, it's cool.
Oh, okay.
It's cool.
I just, you know what? I gotta change your name on my phone, and I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah, change it, because he gone.
Yeah,
There you go.
I can't, bro. It's been too long. I know way too long, bro.
There you go.
That's
what it is.
Yeah, but that's like inner circle. You know what I'm saying?
They don't get that. They don't get that.
They not inner circle yet.
Y'all on the other side of the world.
That's why I'm gonna believe it. That's why I'm gonna believe it. That's why
Don't look me up like that.
Yeah.
Because you won't find them anyway.
No, I might still exist, but still, don't look me up like that.
I might still bleep it, bro. I don't want them kcoming out here.
Nah, it's all good.
I
You
knew
know
him.
what? Now I started thinking about it.
They gonna claim they knew you from
Nah,
way
they might
back
go to
then.
Apple Music and give me a little stream. So
all right.
you know what I'm saying? They still there.
They gonna pay me for
Tupac
them
died, but he's still there.
He lives in the streams. That's true. Oh shit. So from back in the
Eastside Lotus.
man, RIP that man.
Eastside Lotus.
Days.
He left him in Africa, bro.
I did.
He did.
I think that's where I really
He
left him.
sweat him off in Africa, bro.
He ran him off in Africa.
Yeah, I was running a lot.
Yeah.
Must
So-
have been like 500 miles.
So to that, holy God, that's another thing we're gonna talk about.
Damn,
to
bro.
that effect.
So you can't
in the-
even calculate how much that is.
Nah, I don't even know what miles are. Running, what is that?
He said, "How many blocks is that?"
What is running?
Is that from like here to my car or what?
I used to run to the corner store for my mom. How many blocks is that?
Oh my God. Yo, so let's refocus on music. On music.
I hear you. I hear you.
On your
All
path.
On your pace.
On my page.
Yeah. To understand a little bit more about you, when did you feel like music was more than music? That it was just more than enjoying it, and you wanted to start like creating it and finding your way in that realm?
Shit, it had to be in somewhere around like 11, 12 years old. I got my first computer and I started working with Mixcraft. Mixcraft is so fucking ghetto. Like it's not. Yeah, it's terrible. I was working with
Was it free?
Yeah, it was free.
There you go.
It was free. But I mean, even when you looked at it, like I think if you get it right now, it still looks like that. Like it looks like black and gray.
Where's that Audacity?
Oh yeah, no. This shit it got like no color. It's black and gray.
the-
Bro,
Diablo.
they trying to stay traditional, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, it's not
Staying
traditional.
true-
That shit
true
is
to the
free for a
roots.
reason. That shit is free for a reason, bro. But but and then I went to Walmart, bro, and
Dollar store don't even sell it. I'm sorry. Right?
and I bought like the cheapest mic. I think it might have been like $10, bro.
Nice.
It was, a telemarketer joint.
Karaoke mic.
Yeah, no, a telemarketer joint. The bling, you know what I'm saying?
that-
Hello, this is Geico Insurance, like that type of shit. Yeah,
The
Like,
white
nah.
noise levels were high.
Yeah, and I did that, and I think the first song I ever did was a remix to "This Is Why I'm Hot" by Nims.
You got that? What's up?
Nah, I don't got it. I don't got it.
Give him the real.
I don't got it, bro. It's so old, and I would never show it if I did.
Nah, you good. That's fair. You know what? That died with Mims, bro.
That died with his ass, yo. Anytime I hear the beat, I walk out the room just in case some nigga found my
In case it's not the original shit.
Yo.
Yeah, nah, I'm out.
shit. Yeah, word, I'm out.
SpongeBob meme, you out.
Nah, but yeah, that's when I first realized, bro, and I just got so curious. And I was rapping, but it was like not what I wanted to do. And then I found a dude who we became best friends at the time. He was a rapper, and then I would just edit it for him.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just started like it just almost came to me naturally. And then all the other shit I learned later, but just that's when I started, and I just kept up until I met him, and then we picked it up again like full force. I went with Logic, and that's when I took off.
Nice. Well, when I met you, you was nice already, but I don't
was
know.
alright.
I don't know how long that you're all right because we are our worst critic,
'Cause
bro,
you're trying
and
to be
because you know where you at now, bro. Get out of
He
here.
trying to
But-
stay humble. That's
Yeah,
why.
from my eyes, it's your episode, but it's my eyes. Nah. From my eyes, at that point, you were you knew what you were doing. Whether you got better tricks on your sleeve or you broke yourself down and learned other stuff properly, okay, whatever. But when I met you, you was so I don't know how much time you had to practice from 12 to that. I'm sorry. It's
You
your
gonna take
episode,
your
bro.
elbow off, bro.
Yeah, I did. I met you. It's hot.
This is why I'm hot.
So was there influence?
That's the way to bring it back, though.
See, now I gotta leave the room. Might play my shit.
They get psych. We tricked it. We got it right here. This is
Oh no, I would walk out. If that shit was true, I would be like,
To be continued.
Yo, you should find it and send it to us so we could play it as the outro.
yo, bro, I think that shit died with Mixcraft. For real. That shit was bad.
Yeah, that
bro.
shit really stayed with Mims, bro.
It died with Mims.
Yeah, I said that shit to him.
Did you have influences in your family? Like, do other people in your circle of friends? You already told me you became best friends with. Told us, I'm sorry. You became best friends with someone that used to record and rap. Yeah. But before that, like, was there any influences in your family, or that was more of a you thing, an escape for you, maybe?
Oh,
I don't
definitely an escape, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely an escape because I'm not a venter, right? Like,
Yeah.
so the only thing I've ever connected with emotionally is music. So
Fire.
I'm somebody who just I listen to music in such a different way that it's only like natural for me to fall in love with it. And since I'm not a venter, and I got a lot of trauma from when I was a child and shit like that,
Right.
which ultimately led up to when you met me, I ended up having like an alcoholic, portion of my life that I hid from people.
That's your trauma resurfacing in that
Yeah,
way.
yeah. But you find it through music because that's the only way I connect with my emotions. And unfortunately, the more I connect with those emotions, the more of that trauma comes up. So I think that's why I ended up going through that whole page. But I mean, I would have never made an album without it,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
music is beautiful, man. It's just, that's the only way I feel, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. You express and the easiest way for you to express yourself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Since you're saying like it's somewhat against your personality to do that out in the open like that, having a conversation.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think in the world that I think I was brought up in, unfortunately, weakness is not a what do you call it? A luxury.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I'm like that. And it sucks sometimes because sometimes I wish I could be a little bit more vulnerable, but I'm like so far gone, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
your own consciousness, your subconsciousness doesn't let you.
Oh yeah, I can't. It's hard, man. I put myself through the worst because I know I can handle it.
Yeah. But look, bro, you're here and you're here, you're fit, you're healthy.
Trying.
And you're doing, ain't no trying. And you're doing, ain't no trying, bro. And you're doing, you have your path and you have your goals and you're doing them. So, if you're wrong, bro, like how wrong can you be for thinking that way though? If it's pushing you, as long as it doesn't break you, I would say.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, right? Like I think I've attempted to try everything possible to reach that point. Even while being an alcoholic, right? That was a moment of weakness, even though I went through countless bottles, right? Like Taylor Port, Hennessy, E&J.
And those were good times.
Damn.
Yeah.
E&J. I didn't like the taste, but it was cheap.
Parmesan, right? Like all those four right there were like the key to like me being able to write my music, but it was also a time where I was coping with feelings that I was writing about or even thinking about when making music, like the inspiration.
Yeah.
That I didn't really want to feel it. So liquor was like let me put a Band-Aid on it.
Oh, okay. Thing, mediator for you to lay that down without feeling it.
Yeah. So as far as wrong, that was like probably the only thing I say is wrong. But sometimes, there's people in my life that are like, oh, I wish you changed. And I'm like, first of all, you made me this way. So like you can't request something that you built, right? Like you made me into this.
Fire.
So now that you've built this, don't change it.
Sorry to cut you off. Bars.
You can't be requesting to change something that you built.
Bars of the day. Eastside Lotus. I'm too nice.
Yeah, man. I deal with that shit all the time, right? Like people always asking me, and like especially the people that know why I'm this way.
Yeah.
They're always like questioning it, but I'm always telling them like, bro, you understand why I'm this way.
Right.
Why are you trying to change me and revert me? Even from like, I'll give you this, even like a simple affection, right? Look at that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like trying to brush it off me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to it. And now that they're trying to give it, it's like.
Feels weird.
Oh, yeah. Like it just, I'm good without it, bro.
Yeah.
And then because I don't accept it or want to accept it, they get all upset. And I'm like, but nigga,
you don't get to, yeah.
You don't really get to choose because you see the scar tissue on me already. So you got to accept them.
You take the whole package because that's life, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good. They were good with it when it was good to them, and then now they feel some type of they might feel some type of way about it. Even with all that, I feel like you keep pushing though, and that's my thing about your like discipline and your all that trauma that you speak on that it comes out so beautifully right in music, because I feel like a lot of the music we enjoy it because there's pain in it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I always bring this example, and this woman's ears are probably bloody as hell from the amount of times I brought it up. But my perfect example, at least me listening to her type of music, Mary J. Blige.
Oh, Yeah.
Whenever she was heartbroken, those songs were fire. As soon as she got happy, and nobody heard about her again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
she not good if she not hurt.
right. The Weeknd, same thing. It's like, yo, whenever
Oh, yeah, he need to
he
go back to depressed version.
swimming in the
but
drugs,
the weekend be like
lacking
creating
love.
chaos to
Yeah.
create music.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but see, that doesn't work, right? Because the formula doesn't work that way in your mind, right?
No.
So your inspiration has come from pain and pain that you actually feel versus creating chaos doesn't create pain for you because you created chaos. You're
It's-
that evil individual, so you know the reason. You know the root, right? When you're in pain, you don't know the root. You have to figure it out and dig deep, right? Like it's like a metal detector, right? You find it, now you have to dig for that shit. You don't know what it is.
That's what allows you to create.
yeah. And
Like
it's almost
looking for it.
yeah.
That's once because right, you know what how you know why you know it hurts, but you don't know why it hurts. And then once you find like the reasonings is when you start to become so inspirational with your feelings. That's why you write, your words come out easier. Versus him, he's creating chaos, but I mean, what you really writing about? Because I mean, we all hear him now. He's trash.
Yeah, because I feel it lacks.
He still
that.
sing good,
He sings
That's
good.
cute.
but there is, but I get what you're saying. There's no like deep burning emotion
no
inside where it's
substance.
coming from.
Yeah, there's no substance
Yeah.
because you created the chaos.
And I've sorry, go ahead. Let me
No, well, go ahead because you were gonna make a point. I was gonna say something different.
I was gonna add to what you're saying with the chaos and you as well is like it's almost like he's trying to engineer the emotion and that engineering / imitating will never sound like the true thing. So true pain is like that is the best way you can express it is through music, and that's why the music is so good. Now, if you're trying to engineer pain to put it on the thing, it's almost like all right, it's already calculated.
Yeah, bro. Like, think about it, right? If you got to watch Michael Jackson live, right, and then now there's a Broadway show on Michael Jackson. It looks like him, might sound like him, but you know it's not him.
That could never
right?
be him.
But that's what I'm saying. It just an imposter can never be
Yeah.
the original person, right? So it's just an imposter. That's why they have their own name, right? Because if it wasn't an imposter, it would be this person. It would be a clone.
Even a clone is could be 99.99,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna be 100%.
Yeah, but clones typically, you know, that shit a little crazy, but you know, imposter. An imposter.
Yo,
Yo, you gonna
Watch
make
out,
me,
the feds listening, man.
Yeah, allegedly.
he on to us. He
They
on to us.
gonna make me play the song.
Let me.
Oh shit.
Let me ask you this.
Eastside Lotus.
Let me ask you this.
What's up?
As far as like your past, you think all of that stuff is what drove you to be such a disciplined person as you are today? Like, because a lot of people can go through that, but they can also go the opposite direction of where I feel like you have taken your life. You've taken like this disciplinary path where everything that you do is very structured and it's in a way for really like knocking down walls.
Yeah.
But some people go through the things that you go through or similar, right? And they don't build those kind of disciplines in their life to be better, to break down the next walls that they're gonna have to encounter eventually.
I think a lot of times that has to do with people who've been taken care of versus people who haven't, right? I think that's a big thing, right? Like, for example, you take somebody in the hood, right? Like their mama paying for everything, their girlfriend always paying for everything, those kind of people, but they still follow the stupid same path they follow, right? Like they're being taken care of, so they're being coddled, right? Like me, I don't believe I was coddled. So since I wasn't coddled, you know, I was faced with life is life and it sucks. You know, as a child, you know, I remember eating just tortillas with salt and water. Like it was just water, you know.
That's normal in the Guatemalan community.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? But like that's poverty though. Like in the United States, that's what I was eating. I remember my dad having only $20 left over, you know, with money, and he still wanted to take us out, so we went to McDonald's and we all shared like.
Shout out to Pops for that though, man.
Shout out Pops.
Yeah.
So when you grow up and you see these things, you start to realize, all right, so what do I do to get to the next level, right? So I started working out when I was 13. Didn't have to, but I gave up sports. I gave up everything because unfortunately my parents didn't have the opportunity to give me what I needed, right? But I wanted what I wanted. So either they take care of me and they coddle me, or I deal with life and I say, fuck it, I got to go get this, right? So I went from a person who had like maybe one pair of shoes that I was always cleaning every day to going to the mall and always buying shoes on sale to having like 50 pairs because I was buying $20 shoes, $30 shoes. They weren't the flyest, but nigga had shoes.
You had shoes, yeah.
You know? So I had shoes for every day of the week, you know, and I worked for that. And, you know, and it just evolved into that. That's where it started, working. And then I got myself in trouble because unfortunately when you become independent, you believe that you know how the world works.
Yes.
And so when that happens, life has to spank you a couple times, right?
First check changes you a little bit.
Yeah. So
That humble reminder.
Oh yeah, as soon as I bought my phone, bro, I felt like I was the man, bro. Like I paid for my own phone.
I
like,
feel like that, bro.
Yeah, like I wasn't asking my mom to like let me borrow for like an hour or something, like, you know. Now I got my own phone, especially when I went sidekicking. Nigga felt ill. I felt ill, bro.
I
that
never
little
had a
flip,
sidekick, but I heard
flip.
the feeling is like untouchable.
Nah, bro. It's same. You know what?
That
Not even
spring spin is different, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. That flip was different. But the crazy thing is, my first chirp. That was the actual first phone I had. I had a chirp, bro. That shit killed me, bro. I was like, yo, I'm the man. I had that shit on
I'm
the
the
lanyard.
one. I'm him.
Yeah, but nigga had the booty outfit, but still had the fucking chirp, you know. So working at that point, you know, I feel like it changes you and it makes you ignorant. And then life had to humble me a couple times, but even then, I'm somebody who's relentless, and I had that quality even when I was a kid. But when I was a kid, I was using it for bad. I was hanging out with bad kids and shit like that. So I think I got my taste of bullshit early on, so that by the time I got to this, like the age when I changed, I was so far ahead that like I made that change, and it was like a full 360, and it went from like 0 to 100.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, some people don't establish that until they're like 18 years old, going to a federal penitentiary and shit like that. Like me, I felt like I dealt with that from like 13 to like 17, 18 years old.
So you got to somewhat get it out the way, or take a test of it and be like, this is not who I want to be.
No, I'm saying like I just think that I just was fortunate enough to deal with, you know, that life-changing incident when I was younger versus
rather than older. Oh no, for sure.
You know, because
you're capable of more as an adult. I feel
and some kids don't come off the stoop until like 15, 16 years old, right? Like I was leaving the house at 12, 13 years old because I was making money, so I was hanging out with people whenever the fuck I wanted to. Yeah. Right? Because you feel like you got a little bit of money.
Independent out that.
I could buy myself some pizza.
Yeah. Exactly. Pizza, I'll take a bitch to get some pizza. You know?
Nigga got a psychic, bro. Get off me, man.
$10. I got that shit. Let's go.
The movies and all that.
Yeah.
Yo.
Taking the bus everywhere because you feel like you could do it.
That's a crazy feeling to have at 13. I feel like at 13, I was like staying out late but playing ball. Like I wasn't working.
What is that?
Yeah. Sports, bro. So
okay. What is that?
Different topic. It's not a topic for you, we know.
Yeah.
But
spare me the details.
But yeah, man, that's crazy to like already be working at that age and like be getting your own money, bro. It's got to be a good feeling. But at the same time, like you said, it comes. You have good and bad coming from.
Yeah,
right?
You take your wins with your losses, man.
Yeah.
You know, I got money, but I became ignorant. I wasn't as humble. I mean, I was still humble because I was sharing money with people who didn't have it, but I was ignorant because I was hanging out with kids like, you know, that sold weed or part of a gang and shit like that. I was entrained by 15 years old, bro. Like getting a ride from somebody who just turned 17, who was affiliated with the Bloods, and next thing you know, I'm fighting people, and by the time I was 17, I had Latin Kings that wanted to get me. Right? Like
gotcha, yeah. Like you ain't need none of that. I think as a youth also though, like as a teenager, you don't realize how much you're living life so fast because you're trying to find yourself, right? So you don't realize I guess the dangers around you and how it could turn south so quick. So think about your actions.
Look, I think one of the most impressive things about you is definitely how disciplined of a person. I've known you to be like entirely, even for those times that you mentioned that you kind of like found yourself losing your own way in the drinking and whatever it might have been. Yeah. Even through that, I guess because you didn't expose it to the world, you didn't allow anyone to see it, you still seemed very disciplined with everything that you did. So I also would like to know if going away at the time that you did to the army, to Africa, if that solidified the discipline that you came home with. Because like you were again already disciplined when I met you to like all the 10 years that we spent together before you left to Africa, right? You were already disciplined, but when you came back, bro, you were like and you still are like a soldier, bro. I was like, bro, this guy look like he is like his targets are always like right there. So that's where I see your discipline at. Like you don't deviate from your target.
Nah, yeah. Africa just what it did was it so when you're hungry, you know, like I felt like I was a baby lion, right, or a cub.
You couldn't just go hunting out there.
Nah. I'm saying like in life, right? Like I felt like a baby cub, or like early learning how to hunt. I would say like that, right? Like, but when I went to Africa, I felt like I was put in an environment where like everything was taken from me, stripped from me, right? So I had every opportunity to just focus on me, and it solidified. And not to sound ignorant, but just the savage I was gonna become because I always had it. I had that hunger. So I just honed in on all those skills that made me that lion or that hunter that was like, all right, I'm always going to hunt from now on. Like I'm never going to be hunted. I'm going to always be the hunter, right? So Africa just gave me that opportunity. Unfortunately, it was an environment that you actually have to have a certain personality in, which in many ways was a good thing, but also a bad thing. Like there was a lot of repercussions. But just in that environment alone, you learn to like not give a fuck, right? Like deployment is like going to jail. So you gotta think like, what do guys think when they go to jail or when they go to war? Is like somebody's gonna fuck my bitch, right? That's number one. Had to let go of that shit. Emotionally detached. I don't give a fuck.
Damn,
right?
That's true. I never.
Right? Like you're gonna walk away and you're gonna say, I'm gonna miss my sister's birthday and my mama's birthday, my dad's birthday. I'm gonna miss everybody's birthday. I don't give a fuck. Just gotta move forward, right? You gotta think, somebody's gonna die, and I have no choice but to stay here. So now you gotta say, well, I don't give a fuck, right? Because in that type of environment,
how tough is it to make that decision, or were you able to just flip the switch?
Oh no, it's tough. It's tough because it's a mental battle every day, especially in the beginning, right? So I'll give you an example just to give it like paint a better picture. You got people, right? Me and Kay have been together for a long time, so we had gotten married right before deployment.
Shout out Kay.
Yeah, shout out her. But first week that we get to on deployment, I'm not even in Africa yet, but shorties are calling their dudes talking about, oh, I don't want to be with you no more. I want to divorce. Right. Yeah. And then you got other dudes who are getting phone calls from their friends like, hey, your girl's fucking some dude, blah, blah, blah.
In a week?
In a week, right? So in my head, I'm like, damn, they didn't even leave the States, right? Kay's a good girl. So in my head, I'm like, she ain't going to do that shit here. But when I'm gone, right, there's no way I can get back, right? So I'm like, there's no choice. But at the end of the day, it taught me a lot of things. It taught me something so beautiful about jealousy, right? Like, it's okay to be jealous and all that shit, but that craziness that guys have, those insecurities we built, like, that shit really, like, it molded me like, yo, bro, there's nothing you could change if you have a woman like that, right? Like, if she's going to cheat, bro,
facts.
That's
she's
just
gonna
her.
cheat.
That's
she's
just
gonna
her.
cheat. So I learned that shit quick over there. And it was hard because in my head, I always wanted to paint her as an evil person. You cheated. I know you cheated. Why? Because I just felt like if I came back and I found out, it wasn't going to hurt. I was just going to be like, all right, we done then, you know? And it was going to be less of a blow versus like being like, nah, she's perfect. She's perfect. She's perfect. But I just told myself nobody's perfect, and hey, it is what it is. Somebody smashes.
So you tried to cut yourself off so it wouldn't hurt as much if the reality that you were putting in your head came to be about.
Yeah, and not just being realistic, bro, because, you know, you never know, bro. You ask a woman to hold you down for 11 months. Even some people ask their women to hold them down for 3 years. Like, you know, it's hard.
I mean, some of those
It's
women
hard,
couldn't
bro,
wait a week.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
So
yeah.
you think, you know, especially now, girls, this generation, if I was to deploy, like, and I was like, let's say younger and I got married, bro, I would have left that ass before I even went, because you already know how these chicks work.
In Kay's defense, because she's not here, though, never, even if she did do it, I still would have been like, nah, no, she didn't.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe because she's a good girl.
She's too good. She is too good, too pure.
Yeah, she's loyal as fuck, man. I shout out to her for real, because she's probably one of the people that I've found out that her loyalty is like so important to her. You know, she's super loyal, bro. Even with simple things, like she won't wear certain things because she feels like it's something she shouldn't be wearing if it's not for me. You know, it's not me telling her like, yo, bro, don't wear no bikini that shows your ass. Like, I don't say none of those shits because at the end of the day, you gotta let your partner work the way that they're gonna work, bro.
Yeah.
You know, if they know it's wrong, let them know it's wrong instead of you telling them it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, everybody got to make their mistakes on their own. And I'm a firm believer in that, right? Like my friends, anybody, I let my friends make their own mistakes because it's easier for them to find them versus for me to tell them, right? It's just easier, right? And if they're really your friend, they will tell you that they made a mistake. So
that's how you know they're your friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they don't, then they're not your friend.
Yeah. So Africa was just like it just cemented the savage I was gonna become, which just created this monster when I got back. Even there, I was.
What's your craziest short story that you could tell us
About Africa?
Yeah, without the government coming after you.
Yeah.
Well, the government released the one crazy thing that happened. They released it already, so I can speak on that. They just released it this year. So when I worked there, I worked with HR. So a lot of my things that I had to do with, I worked on a secret level and a non-secret level, right? So an attack happened at a base outside of where we were, and it was the craziest thing because you get to watch it on satellite feed. So you're watching this shit go off.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm watching it and I have to be there because I have to be accountable for thousands of soldiers that we're there with so that we know we brought them all back. Right. So I'm over here getting information at like speed of lightning, bro. Like, oh, this person's good. This person's good. This person's good. This person's missing. Now it's like you got to list this shit and you got to respond when people ask you a question. You got to know that, you know, quick.
Yeah.
Plus, you watching people get hurt on TV, right? And it like in your head, you're like, that's like a movie, but in reality,
it's like over there.
Yeah, it's like like that TV right there. You're literally watching right there. You're watching like bombs go off, all that shit.
Live feeds of what's happening. Damn,
that's wild.
Yeah, so it was like a cool thing, but like at the same time, in the end, like you kind of become traumatized a little bit of it because you realize what that war is real. Like these movies aren't fake. And then even the pictures, the aftermath, they had the bodies on the truck and shit like that.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, bro.
But luckily, USA won and nobody came back hurt. I mean, physically hurt. Mentally, there's a lot of people got fucked up from that.
Got you.
That was probably the craziest thing.
Got you.
Other than the amount of running I did.
So talking about this running, man. What was like your daily routine or
okay. In Africa, my daily routine
land of the heat. I feel like we in Africa now.
Oh, it was hot, bro. Just like this. No, so my daily routine was 3 a.m. Wake up and hit the gym. I worked out from 3 a.m. till about 6:30, so 3.5 hours in the morning. I'd come back, shower, and then I'd have my first meal. It was breakfast. I'd have it at the cafeteria around like 7. And then I had to, 7, and then be at work by 8, and then work a shift, which is about 5:30, 6. And then I'd get off, and I'd go straight to the gym. Oh, no, I'd go back, change, and I'd go straight to running, and I would just run. And I would just run until I wasn't angry anymore. I was running.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Yo, we got to sample that. And I would just run. I would go back to running, and I would just run till I wasn't angry anymore.
Yeah, sometimes it was 2 miles, sometimes it was 5, sometimes it was 8. But one time it was 10.
But it's crazy.
You was never like angry that you're running. Like I'm mad that I'm running.
Or was that your escape?
No, that was my escape because I would have beat the shit out of somebody quick.
Damn.
And could you work on music over there? Because music was another escape.
Yeah, I did actually. I had a chance to work with this kid. I didn't have the motivation to write because in my head I had been so exhausted from work that I didn't have it in me. But I worked on a kid's music. And then, things just didn't pan out the way he wanted it. And ultimately, I didn't really give a fuck because it was my music shit, right? So
Right.
So I only worked with him for a little bit. It was like 2-3 months. But I got my little fix of music and stuff like that.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Did you get, or was it a thing where you just, the music stay home and then you were longing for that as well?
I was definitely longing for it. But in that environment, it's not a luxury.
Yeah.
It's not a luxury to think about it because I was going to sleep to, planes taking off, helicopters going off.
That's wild.
It's a world of war, man. Like those are the sounds you go to sleep to.
Yeah.
You come back home and all of a sudden it's quiet and you're like, holy shit, I can't go to sleep.
Down to how earlier you start your day. You think about the average person. I'm not gonna say everybody. The average person out here, they start their day 2 or 3 hours on average before they start their job. If that, right? You were starting your day a day before the
Yeah, I was starting like 5 hours.
Yeah, you started your day a day before your day started.
Yeah, bro. I needed it. Preparation.
Jesus.
If not, I was gonna beat somebody the fuck
Laser
up.
How many
focus.
hours do you think you were sleeping per night?
Probably 4.
4 hours per night.
Spicy
And
four.
you were able to function perfectly fine on that?
Yeah, man, my mind was on point. You gotta think, right? It wasn't just a sleep. You gotta think. I did 3.5 hours of working out in the morning. That's lifting. That's even cardio. Heavy shit. And then I would come back after work. After an 8-hour shift, I would go ahead and go right to a run, which could go anywhere from 15 to an hour long. And then I'd shower, go eat dinner, chill, maybe watch a movie or something like that on the TV. And then I would finally fall asleep at like 11-ish.
You never left your feet behind, bro? Like, damn, where them shits at? Yeah.
Nah, bro, I was on point. But at the same time, in that environment, at least for me,
Yeah.
I thrive in those kind of environments. It's weird, man. You put me in the worst situation.
It goes back to the pressure, bro.
Yeah, you could put me in whatever you want, bro. I'm gonna come out.
It goes
out
back.
top.
I think you thrive better in those situations just based on how you're speaking and what I know about you. I feel like a challenge or some type of pressure cooker like always keeps you wanting to push somewhere rather than if there's no challenge or something, you might go crazy or you might have to sit alone with your thoughts all day and that might be destructive to you. So
Yeah, I can't just sit. It actually kills me, man. My mind works at like 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Right.
So sometimes I lose sleep because I'm already thinking like, all right, what do I got to
See?
do tomorrow? I got to do this. All right, I got to complete this.
yeah,
And I can't go to sleep without like that
like
thought.
being fidgety. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, so
Yeah, and I developed that in Africa though.
Bro.
this Africa.
I mean, kudos to you because honestly, like, not that I can't say I can't do it, I can't see myself doing it. Like, you put yourself in that situation, which to me, it's crazy. Like,
Oh yeah.
you weren't forced to go through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
I
I'm
did
forced
myself.
to go through it, I'm like, all right, I this is what I got to do, right? I don't have a choice. But like, if I have a choice, bro, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
The running was a lot. It was a lot. I was running on average probably 5 miles every day.
Jesus, bro.
That's crazy.
And that was over a span of how much time?
11 months.
Yo, you came home.
I could have sworn you were there for longer, bro. It felt like longer at least.
Yeah, 11 months. 11 months, and my longest run was 10 miles. That was the worst one. I was angry that day.
I'm sure, bro.
I was pissed.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was pissed. That was my only motivation.
You came back home, you sold your car. You ain't need it, bro. You was just
I got feet.
Oh yeah, I got feet now.
like an
got
ostrich. Just
Yeah, that was the worst run though because I was so angry. I got to like 7 miles, right? And I was like, nah, I'm still angry. I got to 8. I was like, nah, I'm still angry. I got to like 8.5 and I was like, damn, I'm still pissed.
what
Are
were you angry about?
Yeah.
Specifically?
Oh, the
Just a
people I
mix
work
of-
for, the people I work for were making really dumb decisions, and they had no
okay.
idea what it was, and it was just like I was overworked and underpaid, you know.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it was like really It was really pissing me off. And
They
I
wasn't paying you per mile, huh?
Nah, they wasn't. They should have, because I would have came back with money for real.
billionaire already.
But nah, they just weren't. I was overworked and underpaid. Other people were underworked and overpaid. You know, so in the same office. So in my head, it was like fucking me
That
up.
wasn't sitting right with you, yeah.
Nah, and I was ready to like throw hands. Like I was ready to.
And to not do that, you ran 10 miles.
Oh yeah,
That's
I ran
wild.
10 miles, bro, and I came back, and everybody was like, "How long did you run last night?" Because you felt like we saw you running for like 4 hours.
Forrest Gump, a bitch.
Yeah, I was running for 10 miles.
Next
Why
to
the
you,
fuck
bro.
you do that?
Any issues
That's
running
wild.
out there, or were you in like a reserve area for the army?
Yeah, it's on base, but I mean, most places tell you not to like go out running because ultimately it's really a target, right? Like the fence is right there. It's not You know, it's not like anything crazy. And then you got local nationals working on the base, so ultimately they can get information and be like, all right, this one guy's always running.
Take him out, yeah.
But bro, it was like my only gateway, bro. And I was running against the fence line. Like you could go, there was a part of it where you would run against the fence line. So it's like one of those situations where like I was
It
like,
could be
man,
whatever.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna meet the maker today, then
He gonna have
It
to
is what
meet
it
me.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
You're gonna take this anger away, I tell you that.
It's
Oh,
like man
shit.
versus bullet lost.
Oh my god.
Yo.
Yeah. But then again, you still came out victorious. That one more mentality. This is what I want to
One more day.
The one more, do one more. The
Yeah.
do one more.
Yeah.
Did you have that back when you were telling us those things about you being a teen and all that? Or did Africa do that to you?
No, I had it before. It's just the difference is I had been put in more situations where they were more visible, right? So like I've always been somebody who doesn't shy away from like working out. So even when I played soccer as a little kid, I always had that shit like fuck it, one more sprint, we going for it, right? Never a quitter, never a complainer. You know? So
Oh, that's bars.
That's fire. but bars of the day. Never a quitter, never a complainer.
Eastside Lotus.
Oh no, Eastside Lotus. Oh, my God. I'll
Yo,
bleep it.
Fired.
Let me enlighten you. I should have been fired a long time ago.
He's actually been fired a couple times.
Yeah.
And then
you might be
rehired.
the only one that gets fired on the day off.
And I get Damn. Hey yo, get my lawyer.
Nah, but yeah, so I always been like that. It just I think I think when you magnify something or something becomes much more of a harder situation that you deal with, and other people see it.
Yeah.
I think they see that quality in me. So like even like when we were doing push-ups, right? Like I just banged them out, bro. Banged them out. Doesn't fucking matter.
That was
That's
wild
insane.
that you had a couple of days that you were just like, okay, I'm busy, whatever. And then I don't know where you were like, okay, it's time for.
How many you did that day? I think I was like at a.
because you had said something a certain amount,
Was
and
that
I was
the
like,
day?
all right. And then I think I
Was
went and shot for 500 off the rip.
Oh yeah. So at that time, I think I was doing like 300, 400.
Yeah.
And then you did, yeah.
Throughout
you
the
went,
day, though.
he went
is it?
insane in like
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
just
what?
bang that, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
did I
doing?
did last time?
It's
The
like,
last
alright,
time I
show
think I was
off.
texting you, I did something with pull-ups, right?
Yeah, it was almost 300 pull-ups in 30
Yeah,
minutes.
In 30 minutes.
Yeah,
God damn.
Yeah, I just kept going.
yeah,
That's
bro.
like kept
That's Army challenge they do, or that was a you thing?
Nah, that's
I
that's his
I
brain.
texted him and I was just like, yo, I'm about to do something. I'm going to do as many pull-ups as I can in 30 minutes. And he said, you could do 200 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You was like, yo, it's time for my therapy.
As soon as
And
he
it was
said
like,
200,
what are you talking about?
I was like, all right. And then I hit 200 and I was like, all right. And just kept going. Like, I just kept going. I don't know.
That was insane. He sent me that. I was like, bro, that's crazy. Now I gotta try it. I only did like 100. But 100 to me is a lot.
Yeah.
Because what he did
to
for him,
you is a lot.
well, yeah, but this is what I'm saying though. Like what he did was still unexpected for me. Like I was like, bro, I don't even. I think I told you 200 or 300, and I was like, he's not gonna do that in 30 minutes. He did more.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, what, bro? How? I think you did the same thing with the push-ups because you sent me like 2 days late or the day after.
Yeah.
The push-up, and he did the same thing, and I
I
was
think I
like,
did
bro,
700 in 30 minutes.
he's wild.
Yo, bro, come on. I can't imagine you not falling asleep good. Do you your days where you don't sleep good or the nights you don't sleep good is because you didn't do that much, is it? Right?
Nah. It's because I might have said, like, in my head, I'm like, damn, I could have done one more pull-up. I could have done one more pull-up.
You're like, damn,
Or
I'm
I coulda
disappointed in myself.
Yeah. I'm thinking about that one rep or that one thing, or damn, I did have enough time for this. I did this. Fuck, I fucked up. You know, so
Have you read The Power of One More by Ed Millett?
No, but I've listened to him. Like
Yeah.
him explain the
Is that something that you keep in mind, or
Yeah.
like that triggers you as you do these things?
yeah, because I was thinking about his father.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
his father, basically survived, not, going through cancer or whatever. and staying alive an additional amount of time because he had that one more mentality.
Yeah.
You know. So if I ever face something like that, come on with it. You know what I mean?
Mind, yeah.
He like cancer. You
I mean,
gonna,
don't
cancer gonna die before I do.
Yeah.
No, cancer gonna need chemo, nigga.
Yeah.
You better put that motherfucker in chemo.
None shall pass, motherfucker.
That motherfucker fucked up. I didn't get him. He got me.
Scary out here.
Yo, I'll take that motherfucker to the hospital. Like, hey, they'll be like, who's here? Cancer. No, yeah, we treat that here. No, that's what I brought here today. I brought that motherfucker to get treated because he got me.
Y'all got the cure for me because that's what he got. He got me.
Yeah, word.
Yo.
In my head, that's how it goes, man. Can't go out without a fight, you know?
With all of that like being said, I can't help to wonder, like, what are some of Eastside Lotus non-negotiables? Shout out to Manji for that too, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to him. He actually lives right around the corner from me.
Yeah. He does.
really
He lives in the area.
Yeah, he lives like right around the corner. I was like, oh shit. Non-negotiable for me. Obviously, most people know that I work out, so that's like really not.
That's religious.
Yeah, that's religious. I go to church every morning.
Damn, bars. Damn.
I think for me, a non-negotiable is that anything that I take on has to be done at 100%. I think that's for me.
100% or nothing type of thing?
Yeah, if I can't do it at 100%, I'm not taking it. Right. I just can't.
Like if you can't do it or if you're not going to be... Because I feel like you could pretty much do whatever you set your mind to at this point.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, there's nothing that I can't do.
Yeah. So it's got to be like if you're not 100% into it type of thing.
Yeah, or if it can't 100% be completed.
That's
It'll
kind of
kill
like
me.
that's kind of like saying that you don't think you can do it.
No, because the difference, right? So let's say, all right. So let's say there's a task that I know needs 8 hours, right? I'm not gonna take it on when I have like a work week, right? I'm not gonna get it on at like 5 o'clock at night and know that I don't finish it.
Yeah.
Because I know I can finish it. So it'll kill me, bro. Like I won't be able to go to sleep. Like I'll go take a shower and then I'll go back to doing it. I've done it before. Like I'll be fixing something and I'm like, yo, it just needs like 3 more screws or it needs this more.
Right.
And bro,
I got you.
so I'll be in that bitch till 4 a.m. if I can.
And since you know how you are and you know that the allotted time that you might have that day or that month or week or whatever is less than what you need to finish that, you're like, let me not derail my regular work days. So let me just take it on at a later date.
Yeah, because it'll kill me mentally because I'm like, I know I can finish it. So why the
Fidgety
fuck
as
did I
hell,
start it?
yeah.
And then I have to walk past it unfinished. And when I walk past something that I did that's unfinished,
Eat you up.
I failed in my eyes. So I can't, you know.
Brain
Same thing
starts
with
playing
working out,
game.
bro. If I'm doing 100 reps, if I don't get to 100 and I leave it at 99, oh, bro, it's a bad day in my mind, bro. It's World War III.
Because you're spinning, yeah.
So I got to get to whatever. So 100% or nothing.
That's good.
Fire.
I like that. I do remember when I told you about the push-ups, you had called me. And I think it was like I was right here. You were on FaceTime right here.
Yeah.
And you were like, nah, bro, do it. And I was like, nah, but I'm tired. You were like, nah, do it. And I was like, damn, something wrong with this guy. Cause like, I'm not even thinking like that. I'm like, I'm satisfied. He's like, nah, do it, bro. You got it. I think I did it. He was like, you got a couple more. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm done, bro.
Damn, something wrong with this guy.
And that's crazy because like I consider myself somebody who's like that. Like I push myself. I try to. And to see like how you push yourself, that shit drives me to be like, nah, I gotta go a little harder. Like,
Oh, bro.
why am I being a bitch at 100 when I could do 150?
Oh, my God.
Oh, bro, you probably had like 300. It would have been taking a while, but you had it.
Your mental wall. Remember we spoke on that?
Yeah.
The mental wall always
It's 'cause,
comes
you
before
know
the
what?
real
A
one.
lot of times people like put too much value on the amount that's being done at the moment, right? So like with working out, I actually had a perfect example. I went to Wisconsin, and this kid was like, "What are you gonna do for working out today?" He's from Wisconsin. He never really worked out, and he swore he was like
Tipping
the man.
cows?
No,
No,
he swore he was the man, right? He was like, "Oh, I'm strong, I'm fit." I said, "That's what's up. Like we can get a workout in, right?" I'm humble, so my approach is like, yo, you work out, I work out, let's get it in. But his approach was like,
Me
I'm
against
strong.
you.
Yeah, I'm strong, dog. But I didn't like, I told him like before we started, he was like, oh, you can lead the workout, because he was kind of trying to make it seem like, you don't really work out. So
Like
I
punk
said,
you, yeah, punk you.
yeah. So I was like, this nigga don't really know the animal that he's messing with, but keep it cool.
You're gonna have to take him to church.
So took him to church,
it'll make the
and I
it'll make
blessed
the
him real
pre.
quick. You know what I'm saying? I had to bless him. I had to let him know, I go to church, but I might be the priest
Yeah.
the priest in his church too,
Yeah.
nigga. You know what I'm
Take
saying?
these lessons.
You
for
go
real.
here.
Yeah, you
I'm
gonna
the
get these
priest
sermons
here.
today.
Yeah. Take these lessons. Take these lessons,
so
my
I gave
son.
him what we call 10 by 10s, which is 10, it's squats, 10 sets, 10 reps, and the only break you get is the time that your partner's on the bar. Right? So the minimum weight I go is 175. The highest weight I will go, like where I know that I can complete it, like where I'm not gonna like hurt myself, because no egos in the gym either. It's
Fired, yo.
225. Yeah, no egos, bro. Egos will get you killed in the gym.
It'll get you killed in many other places too.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
225. So he was like, oh, I squat 275 for 10 reps. And I said, that's cute, but can you do it for 10 by 10? And he was like, oh, yeah, I could do 10 sets or whatever. And I was like, all right. So I explained it to him. He was like, so where's my rest? I said, you resting while I'm on the bar. And he was like, do you think that's enough? And I said, now you asking too many questions. You asked me to lead the workout, or are we here to talk?
Ooh.
And then he was like, all right. So he's like, lead it. So then another kid jumped in, bro. He quit after three sets, but me and him kept going. Bro, by the 9th set, bro, he was like on the floor sweating, and he was just like, bro.
He got to the 9, though. I'll give him props.
No, he
for that.
finished. He finished because, bro, when you're working out with me, especially him, his ego he brought it. Oh, nah, I'm about to make you work now.
Yeah.
Now, because anybody else, I would have been like, nah, chill, relax. But nah, nigga, you say you could do like 300.
You talk that talk.
Yeah, so now you got to walk the walk, baby.
Yeah.
And especially with me, nah, you going to cross this bridge, player. You going to cross this one all the fucking way. You're not going to get to the middle and turn around. You're going to go all the way. So I pushed him all the way through, and he was just like, bro, I never met somebody that could outwork me. I said, bro, I didn't outwork you. We worked out together. But if you want to be outworked, I could show you that too.
It still ended up being a beautiful moment, though.
Yeah, and he thanked me, and we became friends. But he told me, he was like, why didn't you just tell me I was being an asshole? I was like, because I'm not a person to teach you with words. I'm gonna teach you with my actions. Especially when it comes to working out,
because he gotta find it himself.
Yeah, I've done it plenty of times, bro. Working out. Some other guy, I don't know if you guys know what the Murph is, but the Murph is like it's a challenge. It's a 1 mile in the beginning. 100 pull-ups.
It just sounded fun to you or something.
I thought the Migos were in
It sounded like an ad-lib.
Yeah, it did. I thought I was like, the Migos are in here. It's a mile in the beginning, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 squats. Are you going to save that shit?
Yeah, he got it. He know what to do with it.
So this workout is like yo.
Motherfuckers, they love us. Fucking Murph.
Yo, I
Murph behavior. I'm on my Murph behavior. Murph. I'm sorry.
No, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm
That's
crying or if
funny.
it's sweat.
Bro,
It's salt in both. You
I'm
good
both.
player.
No, but yeah, so it's this workout. I had never done it,
Yeah.
right? But it's a mile first, and this is in Africa. It was a mile first, 100 push-ups, 200 push-ups. 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and then another mile at the end. And you got to do it in a fast time, right? So
Wait, how many miles?
it's 2 miles, but they're split up. One in the beginning, one at the end. After you do your 300 squats, your 200 push-ups, and your 100 pull-ups.
I could do the Murph.
Yeah. How long do you think it'll take you?
Oh, like
okay.
like
so
a week or so, but
Nah, this is a one-time thing, right? So this guy was talking shit.
Ask me again on my deathbed. I'll tell you how far. Damn, Eastside Lotus. See,
I should have been out there Murphing.
Damn, Eastside Lotus. I never started because I thought I was gonna fail.
Oh shit!
I will say this though. I like the pieces of the challenge. Like you said push-ups,
Yep.
pull-ups,
Yep.
and what was the other one?
Air squats.
Air squats, right? I feel like those are really good for your body. All three of those.
Oh yeah. And
then
my bad. It's a weighted vest too. My bad.
See, you didn't say that.
My bad. That's my fault. That's my fault.
I no
Playing
longer like
games.
it. I'm not interested no more. I was gonna say
It has
like
a weighted vest.
I would like to go one day and try that challenge because
Let's do it.
not no more.
No, we could do it. No, we could do it without it. We
You
could
just put a vest on it.
No, we can do it without a vest. We can
And
do
I
it
put a
without
Murph
vest.
on top. I said, nah, I'm good.
About to be on our Murph behavior.
I'm on my Murph behavior. Murph?
I do want to do it though,
Let's do
without the vest. I don't think the vest is gonna be something that. Yeah. See, my brain froze because I don't think.
Because you were looking for excuses.
Yeah.
No.
Say
You
sorry.
can do it.
I
You
gotta
just
find a good
you
one.
just gotta not.
Hell, see? Come on.
It just can't be in your head. Like if you're thinking about that the entire time, you're never gonna think about what you're doing at the moment.
Now, matter of fact, you know what? I do want to do it with a vest on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's do it.
All right, let's
I
do
do.
it.
I do
I'll
want to
bring
do
the
it one
vest.
day.
I'll bring both vests.
Oh, you
We
got
get it.
that word? Yeah. Now I'm down. How many pounds are
Fire.
the vest usually?
35 pounds.
You got like a 5-pound one?
No,
Nah.
I'll give you a 35-pound one.
You don't got like a 10-pound one?
No, I'll give you a 35-pound one.
You don't got like a.
I'll give
5-pound
you a
one?
35-pound one.
Now I'm down though. I definitely want to try it. I think it's another way to like challenge myself and push myself.
No, it's a beautiful challenge.
Yeah.
This dude called me out because in Africa, obviously, I was running around and, I was working out like a fucking maniac. And a lot of people became friends with me because of that. Like, oh, man, you always running. We want to do that shit, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, when the attention comes towards you, you always got to hate it, right?
Yeah.
So this motherfucker called me out and said, well, you can run all that shit, but you can't do no Murph. And I was like, what the fuck is a Murph?
Oh, that's how you found out.
Yeah, so he told me, and I was like, all right, let's get it. Because
Where
now you
this
call
vest
me out.
ass, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Now you call me out, right? So now you call me out. So now that you call me out, now you got to deal with the monster that's coming with me because the guy you just met right now is not the same guy that's going to come at the start line, right?
Yeah.
So he's like talking all this mess and he's talking with, some shorties and stuff and the shorties are laughing because
I
trash.
see
That's
what happened.
trash.
Yeah.
I see what happened.
they know me
That's
too, but they
trash.
told them like, yo, you don't know what you just did. And he's like,
And he
watch,
did that
I'm
for
going to smoke
girls.
him.
That's
Yeah,
trash.
of course, it's for attention, but you know what? It's okay. I leave my ego at the door. I don't care.
You're like these 10-mile legs full of testosterone, bro. Let's go, bro.
Bro, I showed up, bro. I didn't even speak to him.
El diablo.
I didn't speak to him. I showed up, and then he was like, "You ready?" And I just was in my stance, like I didn't say shit. And he just started laughing. He said, "Go." Started the timer, bro, and I burned him on the first mile. Burned him. He ran like a 10-minute something like that 1st mile, and I ran like a 8.5 or some shit like that.
2 minutes. That's a lot.
Yeah. So then I got straight to the pull-ups, but I broke my stuff in sets because I calculated. All right, what can I do without burning myself out
To
completely?
keep steady, yeah.
Yeah, to completely go through because in my head I was like, if he's done this a million times, he probably has a strategy. He's probably gonna beat me at the things, but I'm gonna get him on the run. So he jumps into pull-ups immediately, but he's like a CrossFitter, so their pull-ups is the kipping pull-ups. So they're like this. This motherfucker did like 102 seconds,
Damn.
Yeah.
but I'm doing strict pull-ups. But I broke it down to 10
He's swinging.
sets.
He's swinging.
Yeah, so he got it, but whatever. So he had left on a run, maybe like a minute before me. So I'm like, all right. Now I'm like, I'm already angry. Now I'm even more angry. So bro, I take off, and bro, I see him within like probably like a minute and a half, and I see his strut like he's like quitting. Like he's got that like, I'm tired.
He probably thought he had it too.
The
So
Jenga about to
confident.
topple. Like,
Oh yeah,
too many pieces out the tower. It's like,
yeah, he was doing that.
right.
Definitely that. So I see him and I'm like, oh, and that shit motivated me more. It was like when a lion sees what they're about to kill.
yeah, the prey. Yeah.
Oh, bro, killed
so
him.
fitting.
Killed him. My last mile was like 7 minutes with the weighted vest.
Dang.
Killed him. He came in at like 12:30.
Your last one was faster than when you
Oh,
started
bro, yeah,
fresh.
because I had to kill him.
Yeah,
I had
anger.
to kill him. I had to kill him.
Finish him.
I needed him I needed him to realize who he fucked with when he came back. So I needed an apology when he came back. That's what I wanted. I wanted to burn him so bad that the first words that came out his mouth were like, bro, my bad.
So sorry.
Never again.
And he did. As soon as he
Oh,
came
he
back, after he
apologized?
caught
That's
his breath,
respect.
yeah.
Yeah, that's respect.
And he was like,
After he caught his breath.
Que puerca.
yeah, bro, I'm a savage. If you light me up like that, I'm gonna eat you alive,
Yeah.
bro. I have to.
You
I
put
got
me in
no-
the spot.
Yeah, I don't got no quit in me. Even if like you're stronger than me, that's cute and all. But I got a bigger fight in me than you do. That's just
Yeah.
like Just the way my mind
willpower at 150.
100%. Like I said,
That's
if you
amazing. Though. I
can't
love
do-
that.
You can't do it at 100%, then don't do it at all.
Damn.
Nah, that's really amazing though, bro. For real, I love
Yeah.
that. I love that drive, that determination to win. I feel like as and I don't know. I'm sure you guys also feel this way. Like in the world in general, and I think it's always been like this. I just feel like at some point, my personal view of the world disconnected from this is that as a man, you need to have that.
Yeah.
Like you need to be like that as a man. You know what I'm saying? You need to have that kind of drive to always win. The moment you lose that, the world starts kind of like stepping all over you and you start falling behind and like all of this negative things happen to you because you no longer can just break past the mental wall of like, I have to win. Like in that moment when he took off before you, you said that to yourself, I have to win.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, I probably
My words were actually, I gotta kill him, but
both are you winning, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
but and I could bet if I'm a betting man, and I am, and I could bet
You're a
That-
gambler.
I'm a gambler, that you perform better under pressure. That if there's no pressure in the challenge.
yeah, baby, I'm a diamond, baby. That's how they built.
It's like, ooh.
Yeah, I thought you wasn't a rapper. You lied.
Yeah, he
Told you
lied.
I rap, but I'm not a rapper.
But I'm not a rapper though. Yeah, like I feel like when you're just doing it for yourself and you're doing it, you're determined. But the way I see how passionate you broke that down, I could tell that's true. And I could tell you really felt like, oh fuck, I might slip and just smack you in the neck as I'm running. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, definitely. I wanted to give him a little love tap on his ass and just give him like a you try.
like, go up.
But instead, I just blew past him. I let him know, like,
Did you look back at all or just kept running?
nah. I needed him to understand, like,
Bro.
I don't look in my past, bro.
Ooh.
I need him to look at the future, and that's
Hey,
what
yo, you gonna burn out this button, bro.
I feel
That's
like
fire.
I feel like my ignorant mindset would have been running past them, turn around, jog backwards, and then turn it around again.
Get ass up. Damn.
But what would you have gotten from it?
A
Arrogance.
good ass laugh when I told that story.
Yeah, like for me, like, yo, I'll kill somebody, but humiliation is not good either, though.
Oh,
Nah,
okay, okay.
I agree. I'm again, my ignorant
Yeah.
self
No, yeah.
would
If
have
I
done
was
that.
ignorant, I probably would have stopped and I would have walked with him because he was that slow. I would have been like, yo, you tired? I'll walk with you to the end if you want.
Jesus.
But I was chilling.
That's disrespectful.
Disrespectful, but I wasn't gonna do that. I just needed him to look at me while I was gone. And he watched me disappear. You know when you see something at a distance, right? And it grows smaller and smaller?
Yeah.
That's what he saw. He didn't see like the object get closer. He saw the complete opposite. He felt like he was probably running backwards.
Like when you're leaving land and you see it keeps getting...
That's exactly what, yep.
At that point, he's probably like, "Where'd he go?"
That's exactly because he just saw me go from like this to this to completely
He
just.
said, am I still running the right direction?
And those girls were
Did I
waiting at
just
the
get
finish
lost?
line for him too.
Yeah, am I running?
Yeah. And then
Damn.
he actually had dinner with us that night at the cafeteria, and he was like, "Yo, what do you do for workouts?"
He should have ate with the peasants.
That was like in school when you fought somebody, you beat their ass. I want to be your friend. And shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead and
exactly
shake
what
my
happened.
hand. Yeah,
And, yo,
exactly. bro.
and
Get
it's funny
out.
because he came and sat down. He started asking me like, "Yo, what's your workout regimen?" I said, "Bro, I don't do no Murphs. I'll tell you that."
Murph.
And he was just like,
Yo,
he was just like, "Word."
I'm on my Murph behavior.
I'm just saying, you could get into Murphing.
Yeah, nah, bro. I think the time that he said the beat was like 35 minutes. I think total time that I came in was like somewhere around like 25.
Damn, that's fire, bro.
Yeah, somewhere
That
like
is
26,
insane.
20. Yeah. I think it was like 25, 26.
You know, when you
fun
do that shit with
challenge.
me, it's like minimum 5-6 days, right?
No, we're gonna do our shit. I'm gonna break it down. It's gonna be sweet. Watch it.
Nah, you gonna
It
do
won't be hard. You'll think when you think of the entire thing as that's why I break it down, right? Because if you don't break it down, you're not calculating into what you know you can handle. So if you don't know what you can't handle, then do what you can, right? So if yours is like 2 push-ups, one here, then do a pull-up, then do a 20 air squats, then that's what you can handle. So do that shit.
Oh, because you could do it in any order past the
Yeah.
mile and before
As
the
long
last
as you get
one.
to that 100.
As long
Yeah.
as you get to the numbers of each thing.
When you do that and you separate the amount, right? Because When I tell myself 10 pull-ups versus 100 pull-ups, this is more doable, right? So if I'm doing that 10 times, I'm gonna.
It
get
even
to 100.
sounds more attractive off the rip. Like,
Exactly. So when you think like that, your mind will allow you to push, versus thinking like, "Damn, I just got the 15 pull-ups, and now what the fuck? I gotta get to 100." Most people will quit.
It's like the prisoner mentality of being like, damn, I got to do this whole bit. Not to use something negative or something positive, but mental strength. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. You can't think like, damn, I got to do these 5 years or whatever, right? And I actually got this from someone that's close to me and went through this experience. They said that's the worst thing you could do to yourself, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta immediately, as soon as you get it, you have to teach yourself is one day at a time, bro. Cause you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah. When you over anticipate is when you become.
You got words, bro. God, that shit was magical.
Yeah, when you become somebody who then thinks about like failure immediately, right? Like
it's defeating you. Before.
Yeah, it's like Mount Everest. Like you look at the top of the mountain instead of just looking at the first step, right? Just take the first step. Then take your second, and before you know it, you'll be at the top.
Yeah.
They do say that's the best way to accomplish anything. It's just take it one step at a time or one day at a time and so forth. That's crazy, bro. That's fire, though. Yeah. You definitely have like a lot of
what's the Crocs
growth, and
just in case. I heard that too. I heard that. I'm like, let me get ahead of the game.
I was like, yo, this sounds comfortable.
Bro, that's crazy. I was like, damn, Sion is going at it.
Let that guilt trip go.
But yeah, bro, you've definitely like learned a lot. You accomplished a lot. You broke your own barriers, it seems, over and over and over again. And I'm pretty sure to this day you still do that. You're still breaking new barriers, which is amazing. And for that same reason, I'm proud of you. And more than that, I'm really proud to be around that energy because that drives me to keep pushing myself. So thank you for sharing that energy.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah. I'll share it with anybody, bro. If they need it, I got it.
Share,
you know what I mean?
Word.
Share the wealth. Shout out my dog.
Health and
Eastside Lotus. We saying, I mean, I'm about to bleep all that, bro. I don't want the dead man out there, man.
Word. He might
you know what you got to do. You got to cut out the part where we say his name and just like move it over to every time we say it.
Or just come back with a sound effect and just be like, Eastside Lotus.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Word.
Instead of a bleep, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. It's done. That's what we doing. That's what we doing.
I mean, yeah. After all of that, bro, you are a person that is definitely, absolutely, in every way creating the best possible future for yourself, if I may say so myself.
Trying, bro. Trying.
Yeah, you're
trying. You're succeeding. No, you're not trying. Trying is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start this. You're like succeeding at it each day. So that's crazy. But because of that, also, what do you? Or where do you see yourself 5-10 years from now?
That's an interesting question because I think right now I'm in a pivot in my life right now.
Pivot.
Where I'm pivoting to like the next opportunity, right? And I think it's funny because I've been looking for it and looking for my reason, right? Like, why do I want to leave where I'm at right now for my next thing? And it's funny how it all happens, right? Like, it's really like I'm going through the first step right now with all the nonsense that I'm dealing with. You know, putting my dog down, telling you guys the AC broke in my house, spending money. There's a bunch of nonsense that's been happening that's just like, a lot of times when you're searching for the good, bad always comes knocking at your door, right? So what am I going to do with that? Am I going to become somebody who says fuck it and becomes like worse? Or am I going to, let it affect me? Or am I going to push through, right? I'm better with pain. So unfortunately, the devil needs to back the fuck up because he's fucking up. His algorithm ain't working. He's failed too many times already.
I got you.
But no, I'm just looking for my next thing, and I think it's entrepreneurship. To be honest, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. I think it's just I need a lot for me to be like satisfied. Yeah. Unfortunately.
And what does entrepreneurship consist of for you?
So definitely relaunching the Stay on the Throne podcast. I had I had to revise it. Unfortunately, I went through some stuff. But it's all the process, right?
It's all part of the process. It's
I love
all
it.
beautiful,
I love
bro.
it. There's nothing, not one part I regret. I loved it. I learned how to speak on a microphone, just talking in general. But revamping that, and then I'm jumping into something called Through the Trenches with my friend Chris Wall.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that, and that's
Shout out Chris Wall.
We're gonna be doing like a fitness type of mental health kind of podcast.
Dope.
So kind of like teaching resilience in many ways. So we're gonna do that, and then I just want to start my own business. I want to work for myself. Outside of that, like I want to create something, whether that's a trade or, or whether that's me becoming, I don't know, a great sales person or something like that. I don't know, but something where I work for myself, because I need something with a lot of risk in order for me to be happy, right? Like the military is about a lot of risk for me. I have a job right now that is risking my life every time I do something.
Yeah.
So that's getting boring, and it's not enough risk anymore.
I told you work best under pressure, bro.
Yeah, but it's no longer pressure, right? Like when
I got you.
If you can get cut by a blade 100 times, or paper cuts, right? How many times before you're like,
you acclimate, you acclimate to the pain.
Yeah, so I'm in that position right now because if I stay in the military, I need something that has bullets flying. Like I need it. Like that's what I need if I stay in the military.
That's crazy,
It's like
bro.
scary,
Yeah, that's high risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the risk that I'm taking now is not enough. It's no longer like that risk factor where I'm like, shit.
So you mean to like steer away from that? Then you need something in your personal life that's like you said, a lot of risk. So your mind's all in it. You're all in it.
Yeah, I got to be fully invested.
That's
yeah,
cool.
so the only way I think is to be fully invested in myself, and I need to make money, right? So I think that's my next thing is to create a business. I'm not sure exactly what lane I'm going in, but I'm close.
Well, whatever it is, I don't doubt you'll be successful on it because you have that mentality, that push through mentality, bro. And
bro.
I put my chips on you any day of the week,
You
bro.
refuse to lose, so you're gonna win.
Oh
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. Yeah.
I
Just like a salesman, you don't take no for an answer.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna get this money however.
Exactly.
I always tell people that all the time, whether that's working 1,000 hours or if I gotta rob a bank at the end of the day, like whatever.
Can I ask you
You're gonna get
this?
it somehow.
Do you think as you're taking more and more risk that you want more and more risk?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You gotta it's adrenaline, right? Like I'm always on go. If somebody really wanna test me, right?
Yeah.
So it's just the amount of things you get used to and how much you put yourself through it on a daily basis. So think about the amount of mental distraction I get, right? Like working out, waking up, I'm thinking about things even when I'm sleeping. I'm dreaming about things that I need to do in my sleep. That's how much I'm thinking. So if I'm at a job that's not satisfying me mentally,
You're somewhere else.
I gotta move somewhere else. Yeah, I'm already thinking like, all right, what do I gotta do? Like right now, I don't leave it because unfortunately, it's what turns
bread
on
and
the
butter
lights
right
and
now.
stuff,
It's
yeah.
all right. That's all right.
But I'm ready to go. They know I'm ready to go. A lot of people are like, oh, you stupid, you're gonna miss out on your retirement. But I'm like, it's cool. I'm not gonna get that shit till 65. So why the fuck I want that shit?
Plus, you can't deviate. Whatever your destiny is, bro, it's gonna happen. And there's factors that might change, like the variables about it. But your true self, that animal, that person that you are, bro, you can't change that. No matter if you're there or in the next thing. So it just has to flow. It's gonna lead you to where you need to go.
Yeah.
And that is out of your coworkers' hands. That's almost out of your hands. Because your self will drive you there. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think the other thing is I think I'm ready to be a father, right? So that's another.
Yeah, me too.
That's
Rem got me.
I know. Shout out to Rem, bro.
Yeah, shout out Rem,
Beautiful
bro.
baby. Beautiful
yes.
baby.
God bless my nephew. Yes.
But I think because I'm ready for that, I'm thinking, all right, I got another mouth to feed, right? How can I give them abundance? Because that's all I want to give them, right? I don't want to give them minimal, right? I got minimal, so I'm the next generation if I can't succeed, right, and give them more than what I was given.
Yeah.
But I also want to be in a position where I grow up with my children. Like I watch my father work for a living and still to this day killing himself every day, and I'm like, that's cool, and he created something that's special, but I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm gonna work hard. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to be there. I'm gonna have the luxury of time, and that's what I want. I don't really. The money's cool, but time is more.
So you're trying to get your sacrifice enough now and put yourself in a position that you can balance out your time and you have time for family and to get the means to spend time with family.
I mean, in reality, what I really want is I want to be paid for my time.
There you go.
You know, like I that's what I want. That's what I want to get to a point of. That's really what my entrepreneurship is going to be about. It's more about whatever I pick, you're going to pay me for my time. I came to your house, but because you pay me to come to your house. I'm not coming there for free.
Yeah.
You know, if I go work for a company or anything like that, I'm on their dime, right? Their time.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not player.
They pay you also what they think you're worth instead of like.
But I know
instead
what I'm
of
worth.
exactly.
So let me ask you this: what are, let's say, 3 to 5 things that are in the spectrum of Eastside Lotus entrepreneurship direction?
I think one would definitely be like influencer, right? Like just because I feel like in the last thing I went to a resiliency course, and I was not that I meant to shine, but
you were teaching it?
No, I went to take the course. Nah, I wasn't teaching it, but it was weird because I had responses to everything, right? And you could always hear people go, kind of like,
oh, that's a good feel.
Yeah, right. But like, it wasn't that I was doing it. It's just my opinions when people would bring up certain situations. Like somebody was saying, like, oh, for example, they were going off characteristics, right? You had to take a survey, and it gave you your top 5 and all these things. And one person was upset because they were saying, yeah, it's true that I don't love, and that's why I love it at the bottom of my characteristics. But leadership or duty was at the top, right? And so I responded to her, and I was just like, well, don't you think that you continue to provide your duty in being a parent or providing for your kids and working the amount of hours you work and doing all the things you do because you love your children? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, so then you do love your children. So what are you talking about? And she was just like, no, I don't show them enough affection. How could you show them how could you show them more affection if in reality, all your time is spent on making sure that they're living good?
Because you love them, yeah.
So I said, your affection is providing. That's your affection. Unfortunately, you don't have the luxury to go ahead and sit there and snuggle and kiss every day.
But like you did say that time spent with them is what's really valuable.
Yeah.
Or the most valuable, because there's obviously the providing for them that's still valuable.
But in that context, she wasn't really talking about time. She was just talking about like affection, like giving them kisses. Like she's not that kind of person. She didn't grow up that way. And I said, yeah, well, you giving them it because you make sure there's shit on the table
you're just
for
doing
them,
it in your way. Yeah.
When you walk out the door, they're taken care of. That's why you keep walking out that door.
That's her love language.
Damn.
Gift giving.
And everybody was like one girl was even snapping.
Oh, like jazz clubs.
Mm-hmm. So and then
fire,
the
bro.
instructors are getting kind of pissed, like almost like avoiding me because
you started teaching the class.
They're like, yeah, I'm charming too, bro.
Yeah, because people were starting to tell me like they were like even in my group like, what do you think?
They were like they went to the instructor like, give me that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, what do you think?
Bad.
How do you feel about this? Right? Like somebody was
what are
talking
your views
about
on politics? No, bro.
I was just always flipping it on them because I just felt like their perspective was so skewed, right? Like, like you so hard on yourself, and I am too, but I'm not stupid though. Like I know why I do my things, right? Like I know why I do the things that I do. Like I still have love in my heart. It's just my love is.
You don't think they were being completely honest?
They were trying to be,
but not doing it. Like
when your vision is skewed and you don't see everything, then you can't be 100% honest because you didn't see it, right? Now, is it your fault? No. Are you a liar? No. But you are being naive.
Yeah.
Right? You're telling yourself you're the Joker when you're really the Batman. Right? Like
you're not seeing the whole picture because you're in it.
Yeah. That's exactly what exactly, right? Like
how does one then stop that same thing, stop being naive in moments?
The only answer I have for people is that you need to take yourself out of every situation that you're currently part of.
I was gonna say that, bro.
And what I mean by that is like you need to get rid of everything and anybody that affects you and kick them out. You're not gonna know that until you put yourself in like solitary confinement.
Yeah, and the switch shoes.
So you got to go to jail.
You're going to jail.
But here,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like you know,
yeah.
it has to be here
It's mental.
because none of that shit matters. Like right now, I have no social media. My shit's
Same.
deleted. Like it's not on hold. It's not my shit is deleted completely. All pictures. It's weird because at first I was like, damn, there's a lot of good shit on here. But then I deleted it and I was like, no, I'm cool. And out with the old, in with the new, right? The greatest thing that I came from that, bro, is my privacy. I thought I had privacy before. But bro, I value privacy so much more right now. People don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And that's okay. I'm glad. You don't need to know.
Yeah.
Because the moment you know is the moment you start to talk, and then all of a sudden my Pistons, you start fucking with my shit up here.
Yeah.
And now what the fuck is going on?
You'll know when I want you to know.
You don't need to know. You know?
Well, no. As far as, let's say, a business, if you build a business, you want them to know.
No, not everybody know.
No, the specific people that you want to know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the specific people who will know will already know and won't need
customers.
social media.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, they won't
Yeah, that's a
need
good
social
point.
media, right? Like people who go on social media to find out about who I was, and I found a lot that certain people were like that about me.
Yeah.
They were always so curious about what I'm doing, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, and then what, to talk shit, to judge me, to tell me what I should do, what I shouldn't do. Well, really, it's
really
none
to
of your
judge,
fucking
though.
business.
But it's really
this
to judge.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throw this whole energy of my.
It's
That's
human
different.
nature. People
Trash.
always want to have an opinion of whatever or whoever.
Yeah,
So that makes sense.
perfect.
They don't got
example.
enough stuff in their life to keep them contained with their life. So they
Yeah,
gotta go.
and it's taught me my approach with people, right? Like it's important to just ask somebody, like, "Yo, bro, how you doing?"
yeah.
Right? Like the importance behind. I mean, I've always done it. I feel like, but I think now it's more solidified in my head. Like, I don't know how you're doing, and I'm not gonna base it on social media. So the good thing that now I could just ask you genuinely and say, "Hey, bro, how are you doing?"
Yeah.
You know, and I had a situation like that. You know, I'm not gonna say where and how, but Kay was somewhere on vacation, right? And she still has social media, but the questions were all about her instead of being like, you know, how are you doing? Nah, the questions were like, or the you know, oh, she's out there partying, you know, she's having a good time. You know how bad that sounds to a man, right?
Yeah.
Like to somebody approach to you and be like, oh, you're shorty out there partying.
Why
right?
you worry about my
come?
shorty?
Why would you come to me and be like, yo, you're shorty out there? You know how negative that
Yeah.
sounds.
Why you
And-
worry
and-
about my shorty?
Yeah, so it's like you couldn't ask me how I'm doing. That couldn't be the first thing. Instead, you wanted to create some sort of.
Discordia, yeah.
But whatever, bro. You know, I trust wifey, so I ignored that shit. Like, yep, she's chilling. Good time.
Irrelevant as fuck.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter to me, bro.
It's irrelevant.
Well,
as fuck.
you know who you have at home. You don't have to listen to what
Exactly.
people are trying
irrelevant.
to paint her as by saying that.
Nah, but even if she was doing wrong, right? Even if she was, let's just say, it won't bother me because in the end, you know, who's losing what, right? Like, and who's gaining what, you know? And that's the only way I look at it is that at the end of the day, if I focus on me, no matter what ills, you know, somebody wishes on me or tries to do to me or does to hurt me, I'm not affected by it because I'm no longer thinking about them, right? Like, I mean, I love my wife. I think about her. I love her, obviously. But when it comes to those situations of infidelity or, you know, her cheating on me, bro, I'm so past that if she did it, like, I've given you everything I could have given you. You lost that opportunity. So now I'm here to take my shit back and I'm going to go ahead and focus more on me.
There's no guilt of, oh, I didn't do enough or nothing. Nah. I didn't lack. I didn't waver in this situation.
Nah, bro, you can't lack when you give 100% to somebody.
There you go. Exactly.
You know, if I give you 100%, you can't tell me I didn't. You know,
Exactly. And then past that, like it's just not on me.
I'm also not perfect, right? I'm not the most affectionate husband, but you get everything else from me.
Get
though.
these guns.
You get protection. You get, you know, I provide. I take care of you in any way I can. You know that if somebody was to ever do something to you, I'm there, right? So
Yeah.
They handled.
oh yeah,
They
absolutely,
handled.
absolutely.
She got a handler.
So I'm gonna rein it back in, right? Which is the social media is beautiful. I quit it for different reasons than that, but it still brings me. I did it to bring me peace, bro, because I was just like too dependent on that shit. But I feel like that's just an escape from just living in the present, and I killed that because I remember not having social media years before, as you know, when we were teens and stuff, bro, how happy we were to just go outside and connect. And I think like we forget that. At least people of age that've been there before that.
Yeah, I was gonna say something.
Yeah, no,
got that luxury.
Yeah. And then I quit it, and within a week and a half, right, that I got over the fidgetness of, oh, I'm about to take a shit, damn, I gotta scroll or something like that, right? Take a shit. Shout out to my nephews. Bro, it's so liberating. It's so liberating.
Taking a shit.
Beautiful.
Also taking a shit. Just like taking a shit, not being on social media. It's so liberating, bro. My days feel longer. I'm not worried about 500 videos of the same sound being used. Like, I don't care about any of that.
And it gives you false pretenses to a lot of things, bro.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
you know, like I even caught myself looking at shorties sometimes, bro. Like, I'd be like, damn. Like, it almost makes you think like, damn, bro, like, fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, but then, you know, you gotta really put value to
we're
the type of
man.
woman you're with, man. Like,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, how much can you grow with the woman that you're with? You know, that's how I value Kay now, is how much more am I gonna grow with her, right? And I know that I'm gonna grow exponentially because of the amount of love and support that she gives, but she wears hats that I don't wear.
That's fire. That's
you know, I'm never gonna wear those hats, and unfortunately, it's just due to the personality that I am and that I have. She's just gonna always fill in those gaps. For me.
She's not. You're not meant to find somebody the same as you. What she's lacking, you have. What you're lacking, she has, and you guys balance yourself out.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Especially now more than ever, bro.
Yeah.
Especially when no social media has been such a like connection.
Are you crying?
Nah.
It's the sweat.
Relax.
We had a whole episode about how non-emotional.
I couldn't help
Yo,
it,
I haven't
bro.
shed a tear since 1992 when I came out the womb. All right.
And that's allegedly, you're.
They got. I'm just letting you know. The doctor kept it somewhere. It might be in the hospital in LA. It's probably worth.
He's
$1
not
million.
alive to tell it, that's allegedly.
That's a historic tear.
The first and the last.
That's one of the eighth wonders of this world. It's a myth.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. I cried with my dog, bro. That shit killed me.
Nah, I mean naturally, bro.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Understandably with that.
Let me lighten the mood and ask you something.
What's up?
Let's say going down this path with music, creating music, and your producer side. What would be if you didn't have a budget at all? Money's not an issue.
Yeah.
Who's your dream client or collab? Or both?
The JURP boys.
Ooh, yo, that's my dog right there, bro.
Gang. Give your air ones. We fought.
Right. Besides us, because you have us anytime you call,
word.
bro.
I think that if I were to make a collab with somebody and I had all the money in the world, I think I'd have to do it with somebody who was eager enough to, or as hungry as me, because I don't think we'd see eye to eye with somebody who's super established, right? So I feel like I personally would make music with Reason from TDE.
He's fire.
He's got shoes to fill right now, so I think that's a good thing. He's building up a lot of things with TDE, so I like that. I'd have to go with J. Cole just because he's on his Wayne shit right now. That time when Wayne was giving features,
the tank tops and
yeah.
the whole
he's fucking on that. I'd have to go with J. Cole. Probably one more person would have to be like I might have to go with like Snow Allegra.
She's fire. She can sing.
Mhm.
That's fire.
She's
I like
super
those.
creative and she's on her own game, so
Yeah.
I fuck with that shit.
Yeah, that's fire. All right, and then lastly, name your favorite book, quote, movie, or series.
All right. My favorite book, I think.
I can't decide.
I'm between two books. I'll give them both. When Breath Becomes Air. That's a good book. I'm not gonna go ahead and say the author because I can't. That shit is hard.
We'll put the suggestion under.
Yeah, that shit is hard. It's like an Indian name that's super long. I can't pronounce it. But beautiful book, taught me about life. And then the second one, I'd have to say, probably Discipline is Freedom by Jocko.
Jocko. That's a good.
Jocko, Mr. Army Man, Jocko.
Yeah.
Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL. Damn, that's
favorite
fire.
quote. Fear is temporary, regret is forever.
Damn, that's bars. That's an Army quote.
No, that's a quote that I saw.
Fear is
somewhere.
temporary, regret is forever. That's fire.
What was the last part?
No,
Movie.
it was either one
or?
of them. That,
Okay.
Yeah, no, but you can't. You go off if you want.
You got a favorite movie?
Yeah, favorite movie and then favorite series, I guess. Say all four. Fuck it.
Movie.
Movie is the Murph. I'm on my Murph behavior.
Damn, movie. You know what? I like anything from like the 90s and 80s.
For sure, me too.
And the reason for me is because a lot of those movies I shared with my dad, and those movies and that time that I had with my dad was very limited. So, a lot of kids were playing like baseball or soccer with their dad and shit. Me, I had like an hour or two every night, so we would watch a movie, and that was it.
So throw a title. What would be?
I'll probably say The Fifth Element.
Fire.
Ahead of its time.
I haven't
Way
watched
ahead.
that in
Sci-fi,
a
yeah.
long time, though.
Oh.
So I
I thought
can't.
you said you didn't watch it.
Yeah,
No, I
you're
haven't
about to
watched
hurt
it in
my
a long
feelings.
time. And I'm pretty sure when I did watch it, I barely knew English. Like, I barely know English now, but I barely knew English when I watched it.
Oh, no, you got to rewatch that shit. That
Yeah,
shit was ahead of its
fire.
time, man.
Yep.
Starship Troopers was also
Sci-fi. That was funny. That was fucked
Yeah.
up.
Rico.
Yeah, that was fucked up. He shot his mans. And then I guess favorite series. Finish it off. Give us
Very favorite series, Michael Jordan for sure.
fire. All right.
I've watched the
Last Game?
the last Dance.
Okay.
Last game. That's how you know.
It was the last game. It was about the last game.
He had no idea. He just heard Michael Jordan. He thought that was a show.
I know people talked about the last something.
Now the Last Dance. I've literally
The Last
watched
of
that
Us. No,
probably
bro.
like 50 times, bro.
Really?
That's fire.
How come? What do you like that one so much?
It's the person I can probably compare myself to with the
Damn.
amount of shit that
He's
I go in,
competitive to
you know?
the bone, bro.
I
You
mean,
ever
yeah.
hear spitting to people in that?
Yeah, I'm not
elevators?
taking like I feel like any L's he took were not because like it's not that he wasn't giving 100%. It just the game wasn't really on the line, right? Like if you put him in a championship, he's winning every game.
Mm.
You know? And I feel like you push I'm in the same boat. Like you put me in a championship, bro, I got to win.
Hey, LeBron, you hear that?
Nah,
He won't drive.
That's how it's done. The game's on the line, you win it.
Yo, shout out to his son. I hope he's good.
Yeah,
fact.
yeah.
Shout out Bronny. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Because you mentioned that, I don't know how, like, I don't know if he can play anymore because I'm pretty sure, like, you're not allowed to, or if you have, like, any heart issues, you can't really play professional sports, right?
I think because there's so much money involved with the kid,
He'll
he'll probably
be
figure out something, but it's going to take, like,
robotic heart.
yeah, he's going to be at they're probably going to figure it out at USC.
And have him
Or
cleared, yeah,
UCLA.
to
What is
play.
it?
LSU?
UCLA? UCLA?
No, he's at USC.
UAC?
USC, no?
Don't
South,
ask me.
I think
you
he's
ask him
at
something.
whatever, but he's at the Trojans, I think.
He's somewhere.
But I think they're
condoms.
going to spend the amount of time to get him right during that time, especially with LeBron. LeBron won't risk his son.
Of course.
But I do think that if Bronny comes back, this will probably be what he needed to ignite himself to get become a real player. And it might be part of life, bro. It might be like the way the chips go is just that you want to be better than your father or you want to be just as good as your father. You needed something to go through, and this is your chance right here.
Fire.
Do you come back from it?
Use the fuel.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe came back from an injury that he was supposedly not supposed to come back from, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but that's
Came
Kobe,
back
you know.
150 times.
so let's see if he got the dog in him.
There you
You know,
go.
if he got the dog in him, then
Well, he got his
might be
dad's
Michael
DNA,
Jordan.
though. So
Nah,
I
he
don't
might
know.
be Michael Jordan's son.
So
No, that's Jimmy Butler.
We got a
Jimmy
whole
going
episode
on.
on that. Jesus.
No,
we got an episode on that. Go ahead. You were going to say something.
I was just gonna wrap up. I was gonna ask him where people could find him and things like that. But thinking about it, he did say he's off social media, so y'all can't.
Y'all will
find
see
him.
me when y'all see me, baby.
See me in the street.
Now, when I come back to social media, I'm coming back full professional. So it's not gonna be anything that's personal on there. So when you see me. I'm coming through with some fire. Music is still involved. It'll come crazy this time. It'll just be different.
Can we expect any new music from you this year or not?
This year? Nah. Let's do. I'll tell you early next year.
Okay.
Early next year.
Yeah, I heard it here first. January.
I heard it
22.
here first.
But I'm coming for next though. Like it's just different right now.
Murph. Yo, bro. It's been a pleasure, bro.
Appreciate
Can't wait
you, bro.
for part 2.
sure,
and
bro.
then you already know
Thank
you
you
don't
for
need
having
an invitation to come through. Anytime you want to come through.
Thank you for coming through, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
thank
do
you,
this
thank
again.
you. I love this. I hope this was 3 hours. It was worth 6. We
You're
gonna
welcome.
make it 3. As always, peace and love. We out.
Yeah.
This one for my enemies. I've been moving with 100 legs like a centipede. Wifey in my ear, can't believe what she telling me. A couple niggas use me just to get the better me. Had to cut them off, but the shit is feeling bittersweet.
Yeah, but never wrong. I guess it's always snakes when you keep